This week on We Hate Movies, it's the story of a sad guy with a sad life and a sad bookstore. It's Notting Hill. I'm Andrew Jupin.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see you coming after me. Jeez. Steven Sadak.
Eric Siska.
A fotsy shag. It's Chris Cabin. Hi there.
And we hate movies. Hello, everyone. Welcome to We Hate Movies. Thank you for tuning in as always. If you're new to this adventure that we're on, we're a comedy podcast where we take a movie of any ilk and make fun of it for a little while. And this week, we're talking Roger Michell, the late, great Roger Michel's 1999, Too Long for Its Own Good rom-com, Notting Hill.
Yes. Now close your eyes, everyone, and picture like magazines, like Podcasting Weekly, and then come, We Hate Movies, and just, oh, wait, there's another one. Oh, we're smiling, maybe on the road or something.
Wait, excuse me, Eric. I must do this. They talk about movies that suck ass. They're talking about bullshit.
Now, hang on a second, Chris Cabin. Let us not get into this knocking Elvis Costello. Can
I love Elvis Costello. Sure. I could knock the shit out of him because, this is the corny. His involvement of this is almost arbitrary. It's just that it's used in this way.
That's what I'm saying.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a crappy song.
Yeah. I also don't like the song. I'm with Steve on that one. This is not a good song.
I like Elvis Costello a lot. I had no idea this was him until right now.
Really? How did you miss that voice?
I guess I was too busy reading Newsweek.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. I understand
Hollywood women take over.
Yes. Man.
What's crazy?
Still waiting on that one, by the way.
On the march.
Yeah.
This whole movie, you realize when you're rewatching it now, like in hindsight, this whole movie is just kind of that scene from Ocean's 12.
Yeah. Well, yes, and that's what's so excruciating about it. I mean, has anyone ever, as a movie star presence, commented on their stardom in film more than Julia Roberts? It's this. I want to say America's Sweetheart has a lot to say about that as well.
Yeah.
It's a lot, Julia.
Maybe Woody Allen or something.
Yeah.
She has been
I was going to say, of the modern, big Hollywood star now, Jules is at the top, but Golden Age, those fuckers were playing celebrities all the time, not themselves or whatever. But I feel like there's a lot of movies, especially romantic whatevers, where it's a hyper famous person who's being played by a hyper famous person.
But this is not inspired by films of yore. This apparently actually happened to Richard Curtis's friend.
Yes.
Which they won't tell you the celebrity. So it's
it's fake.
It's fake. Yeah, it's fake.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Very young.
Somebody was dating Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
You have to run to WrestleMania to propose or whatever.
I'm just a man asking if you could smell what I'm cooking.
Oh yes, smell.
Would you like to buy some travel books? Don't buy that one. That's a bullshit artist. That guy who wrote that one. He's a bullshit artist. Here's a good one.
Yeah, I love stocking my store with garbage
because they love it.
Should I know the neighborhood of Notting Hill? Just as a general,
it's a
factoid.
Popular neighborhood.
But as far as Americans knowing about it, it's this movie and nothing else. So
before this, I have no idea what the situation was.
But we're not welcome there. We're not welcome there.
I don't know if it was exactly. I don't know if it was a thing where everybody knows that it was a cute neighborhood.
It's apparently a very bougie. I asked about this when I reviewed it on Letterboxd. It's sort of like a bougie, sort of expensive kind of neighborhood, and the fact that a dude lives there making a living at a shitty travel bookstore
Insane.
is apparently unbelievable.
Crazy. Absolutely out of the... I've been to Notting Hill.
a little
Yeah, there's that
expert.
picture of him. He looks like a big fucking idiot going, "There's where the big blue door was, my favorite movie."
Did you bring a travel book, you schmuck?
I bought the Thailand book that he asked. Yes, that one specifically. No, it's Turkey. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wait a second.
No, I've been there on like, they do a big on Sundays, like they put like, it's like a market, like a farmer's market thing. People come out, you walk down, you buy a scone, such and so forth. You walk for a while.
Yeah.
It's nice. But it is, I mean, I know, here's the thing. I know nothing about like what Americans who are really into British stuff would know about Notting Hill before this. I know nothing about that. I bet you they probably know about it because it's a very posh, as Andrew said, it's a very posh neighborhood.
There is a concern in America. There's a growing number of royalists out there.
I don't like
people that are obsessed with the British royals, and I imagine they go over they're Anglophiles.
Oh yes, and I'm sure they love this. I mean, when this came out in '99. This is as important to the special relationship as anything that's ever happened in the 90s, I think.
Absolutely.
Getting Julia Roberts and Hugh Grant in the same room and fall in love with each other. I mean, if they could actually have gotten them to get together in real life and to mate, that would have really been the coup. That really would have.
By the way, like they're fucking apes at the zoo.
Can I just really quickly? I don't think they have great chemistry, and I don't know what direction Julia Roberts received or what she was trying to do. This low key thing she's doing it's putting me to sleep. Like she just is whispering this entire movie. Like there's none of that like fun bombastic
she's
Julia Roberts-ness of it.
You're absolutely right.
Yep.
She's whisper talking, and he's talking and acting exactly like C-3PO.
Well, that's I think the key. My secret thing is I don't think Julia Roberts really has chemistry with anybody. Like she herself is a great actress, and like Erin Brockovich, I think she's incredible. I really do. I love that performance. I think she's amazing in it. And when she was younger, like she was a star. Like a Pretty Woman will be on this show at some point. Yeah. It is nuts, but she is. You cannot keep your eyes off her in that movie. And same thing with Mystic Pizza. And
she's got a quality. She's definitely.
It really is. There's something about her. She's magnetic, but like as far as like her being attracted to other people, I've never the sexiness thing or like even like the romantic thing. It's always felt like a big put on to me, and like she's a big enough star where that put on works, I guess. But like in this case, I was like, it's not there at all.
We should mention
Richard Gere at least a little bit.
Real quick, it's okay to like a movie. This is a beloved film. A lot of people love it, and I thought it was okay.
Happy Valentine's Day, by the way.
Oh yeah,
thank you.
Oh guys, happy Valentine's.
What'd you get me?
Chocolate.
Oh really? Oh.
Chocolate. I got you some chocolate.
Was that sand in there?
That's right. The low key thing, it's interesting, Steve, right? Because this is rom-com Julia Roberts and like other movies Julia Roberts are kind of like the Denzel Washington and Gun Denzel situation. You know what I mean? Because like she's not like in like the Pelican Brief.
No,
no,
exactly.
This is a weird low key thing, and I think what the direction was you hate being up every second of the day.
Yes.
Like this is a woman that hates her celebrity. Yes. It's a cursed kind of a thing. So she's kind of playing like this is how she plays, miserable and alone.
Yeah.
But it just does you're right. It does kind of come off as like sleepy and tired. And I think that's just because we are just so used to the bombast of that big laugh, which you only get a little bit in this movie and so on. You know what I mean? So it is kind of off-putting.
It's clearly a choice unless she had mono, but it's clearly a choice as to what she was doing.
Turned out she was just really bored.
I believe it. I've watched the movie. I believe it.
We start with Hugh Grant. For we should say the Elvis Costello montage is excruciating.
Oh and what are we even doing with that? Like, a guy got a tattoo that says "I love Ken." That's the problem, Mr. Hugh Grant. Oh, a woman getting her hair dyed blue. That's the problem, Hugh Grant.
The Beavis and Butt-head chapel doors.
Yes. He calls that woman Cookie Monster.
He does.
when
indeed.
that's
What a
after
disgrace.
the Jules montage.
Yes, that's
him just narrating. He's like, oh yes, my shitty little fucking neighborhood with all my shitty little fucking people in it. Boy, I love just living in this shitty trash ass neighborhood.
All these whites are the wrong kind of whites. They should be my kind of whites that I want. God damn it.
It is so weird to try to paint a picture through this narration. I know Love Actually also tries to do this, but
Sure
like
does.
you're trying to make us sit down and get into this setting. This narration's not the way to do it for me anyway.
No, but no, we do open with it's the Elvis Costello song over like all of this Julia Roberts footage
Yep.
of as Anne, whatever her name is,
Anna
Scott.
Anna Scott, and some of this should be funny. You know what I mean? Like, let's have a little bit of fun with what her fake career could look like. You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
Right, yeah, but we're not doing that. It's all just
No.
licensed Entertainment Tonight footage of her
Exactly,
from
like-
actual premieres.
like-
And that's like, you're watching this opening, and I was like, oh no. They're all from the opening shot. They're blurring the lines of
yes,
this character and her. They're doing the Ocean's 12 thing. Oh no.
Oh God, it just, she kind of looks like, you don't say.
Yep.
What?
Wait,
what?
But yes, we're welcomed into Notting Hill.
But let me
And-
quickly say they do play with that celebrity a little later in the film because if you guys noticed, Helix, the science fiction space film, gets her the Oscar,
Okay.
Sure.
Oh,
which is
yes,
insane.
that's right. Yeah.
Helix, yeah. The Helix,
Helix, that's what
starring
it's-
Clarke Peters.
Yes.
I wish.
I would love to watch Clarke
Yeah.
Peters and Julia Roberts in a movie with a young Mischa Barton.
In
Yeah,
space.
do it.
Mhm.
Let's hear it.
Is
Uh,
the little girl Mischa Barton? Is
Oh,
that
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shudder. I just turned to a skeleton over here. That's what
Um,
that was.
Because that was a big year for her. Because she was also in, what do you call it there? The Shyamalan, which is The Sixth Sense.
Oh, yeah.
Mischa Barton's in The Sixth Sense?
She's the little girl ghost.
The girl that gets like poisoned by her mom.
Oh,
Oh,
jeez.
funny.
Wow.
Yeah.
I am beyond overdue for a rewatch of that. You know what's
Great
funny is
movie.
I forget, we were doing some Shyamalan. Maybe it was when we did The Village, and I went back and I rewatched Unbreakable and then kind of went forward a little bit, but I didn't go back all the way to Sixth Sense. I don't know why. Because now I think it's going on like 10 years I've been going like, I got to rewatch The Sixth Sense and just have not done it.
It's a solid watch.
Yeah.
But so, yes, we're welcome to Notting Hill by Hugh Grant, and he owns a travel bookstore. And
He's super divorced, by the way.
extra divorced.
With
To
two,
a whole, like, she left me in the night kind of divorced.
for
Oh,
Harrison
yes.
Ford lookalike.
Right.
You know what? You tell me there's a dude
Yes, I know you're
that
talking about.
it was left. This woman left Hugh Grant for a guy that looks like Harrison Ford, which, like, that's kind of just like a fucking, a lateral move.
Well, I would argue a trade up, and I would
Oh,
make
big
that.
time.
I would make that lateral move, and I'm looking forward to.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
anytime.
Point is, you got to show me that
Yes.
guy, and because
Yes.
we're doing stupid stuff, that guy is just Harrison Ford.
Well,
in
that-
the
great,
cameo.
yes.
I guarantee you they had that in like the original of draft of this script was the divorced wife, the ex-wife was coming by occasionally being like, oh, do you have my alimony? And she's some like Mike Lee nightmare. And then
family annihilates.
she shows up at one point and Harrison Ford's with her. And like, that's it.
Top of the morning to you. I'm British as well.
You could be right, Chris, because this is apparently a famed 3-hour initial cut before
Oh,
the
I bet.
studio made them excise a full hour of a motion picture here.
Wow.
But I feel like it was like maybe they sent that script to Harrison Ford and it was like, get out of my mailbox.
I'm sure it was. And I mean, if it was tough enough getting through these 2 hours and 4 minutes, if this thing had been 3 hours, I'm walking into the ocean. I'm Dunkirking.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
going full off.
Someone make that movie. We gotta see this happen.
So every time, this is something Calista Flockhart has talked about ad nauseum. Every time they're watching television and Harrison doesn't like what's on TV, he goes, "Get off my TV," and changes the channel, and it's really annoying.
She's like, I got it. I got it 20 years ago too.
It's funny every time, Harry. It
Chopped
really
again.
is.
Get off my TV.
You know,
Oh,
Get off
God.
my TV. Get off my TV.
it's time for an Air Force One Legacy sequel where
Oh yes.
he's just riding a plane and then it gets taken over.
Or how about this? It's like he's meeting up. This is what you could do. This is what you could do. He's meeting up with a bunch of other fellow ex-presidents for the funeral of another ex-president.
Yes.
And then, boom, some sort of terrorist attack. Let's say Gary Oldman's brother in this case.
Sure.
And then all the ex-presidents have to get into action.
I love this.
I would watch that.
Absolutely.
So since he's divorced, he bought this house in the very expensive Notting Hill neighborhood. He's got to pay for it somehow. So now he's got a flatmate played by Rhys Ifans, which this Welshman right here is the star of this movie.
Oh yeah.
He's the only thing to watch. Like, 'cause he's having fun. It's very sitcom-y, but I don't mind it because
I'll take this.
it needs it.
It does need it. It needs someone else in the mix.
I'll tell you what this movie did need, those some hard-coded subtitles for Rhys Ifans here.
Oh.
My God, this accent was a little tricky at first.
It is. It takes a little bit to get into it. He's Rhys Ifans. He's in Naiad as well, which is kind of funny.
Oh, who's he play? The boat?
He plays like the weather navigator guy. It's like, oh, you know. But it's so funny because I was like, oh wow, good for Rhys Ifans. And then at the end of the movie, they show you everybody who everybody was, and like this dude looks exactly like Rhys Ifans.
Wow,
You know what I mean? Like,
really?
it was like they had no choice but to hire Rhys Ifans. It looks
Nice.
exactly like him.
Like, well, this our real life weather navigator wasn't Welsh, but we got to do it. I don't know what to tell you. It looks exactly like him.
I mean, that they knew that he was the star of the show because if you watch the trailers for this movie,
Oh, yes.
Yep.
he was at least 50% of it, if not 75% of it. And then they use literally the only good scenes with Julia Roberts and Hugh Grant to also pepper in. Like the scene where she's talking about like waking up, the Rita Hayworth line about waking up with the real Rita with
Gilda
sleeping
going to bed with Gilda, waking up with
Yes.
reality.
Yeah.
But it's funny, Chris, because last night was the only time I've ever seen this movie, and because of the trailers and just like the 30 years of this movie, I literally thought I was like, there's a lot less Rhys Ifans than I would have thought there would have been. You know what I mean? Like,
because there's all those other friends that are so fucking boring and
yes.
it goes like, I get it, like you want to have some sense that he has a life outside of just this relationship, so I get it, but like I just found none of them compelling.
Well, I will jump in front of the train here and see. I find the friends charming, and I think they're all relatively well cast because they all come off to me as legit longtime friends. There's something about it in the mix. I don't know what worked for me about it, but I just one of my takeaways this time was like, I like all of them.
Yeah,
I like Hugh Bonneville quite a bit.
He's funny. He's a little bit of a scene stealer with some of his I'm a terrible stockbroker.
Yeah, I'm gonna get fired. I am fired.
Yes.
And they can roll with a burnt guinea fowl really well.
with the best of them, absolutely.
So we meet we go to Hugh Grant's bookstore. It's a travel bookstore, travel books only, which makes sense.
No.
Not really. I mean, in a world in 1999 when like you could have multiple bookstores, and
You should move this to the airport.
you know they do sell these at travel agencies. Like they
Yes.
just sell them. You could just go there and buy them.
Well, no, but there's like I feel like what they're not.
you could have specialty bookstores. Is what I'm getting at.
Sure,
Back in
that's
the
fine.
day, yeah,
But
1,000 years ago.
What I'm saying though is like what they don't super specify is like there's travel books in the sense of like, I don't know, 101 places to visit when you go to Istanbul or whatever.
Sure.
That kind of shit that's specifically like tourist stuff. But then also the stuff that like I wish they kind of specified more because you could make the bookstore a little more interesting, like books about traveling and people chronicling their adventures,
Travelogues, etc.
that kind of stuff. Well, which I feel like he's trying to push her towards with one of those books, but like the vibe that you get from this movie, because the movie is just like this is a shitty store repeatedly, is like it's just filled with gift books about like Italy's best sandwiches.
Well,
But that's the funny
yeah.
thing is she comes in and she picks up one of those big glossy books, you know what I mean, which is probably whatever, like 50 great meals to have in Turkey or whatever, and he's like, oh, you'd much rather this, and it's like, a small like travelogue, like kind of one color, like all text kind of a book, like
a Bourdain style, like.
but that's not
probably-
the same thing. She's
Yeah.
looking for she's looking for a coffee table book to get her friend who knows, you know what I mean? Like you
Right.
don't.
He's just a pushy like a
Yes.
bookstore owner at that point. I mean,
because
that's
Babe walked in.
well, yeah. Well, he knows she's
He knows.
famous. He knows
Yes.
who she
He,
is.
he
Oh, he
plays it
knows.
cool.
But like, it'd be funny if like well, yes, technically we do have the sun also rises because he is traveling there, and he's reporting what happened there. Technically. Oh yes, and we do have my travels with Charlie, the Dickens book. We thought it was pretty good.
Oh, and we have Dracula because he takes a boat.
It was a true story, actually. They did do that. Yeah.
The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. They travel through the wardrobe there. So
We had that in Britain for about a decade, the wardrobe there that we could go into and be like, oh, hello, Lion.
Oh, and this here is an expanded universe Star Wars novel where they travel to a new planet.
What I would have loved to see them do, because there is, I guess, the attempt here is to be a little like classical and like have no time markers really, like other than Beavis and Butt-head and a certain, which is a big one. But like, why doesn't he have like a burgeoning like online business where he like sells like used like old original travel books? Like
in '99,
I think that's when that's starting.
No,
I think Amazon was
it's-
starting.
Yeah,
It's too small, and it's written by a dude who doesn't know anything about that. Of course, that's not going to be. in this movie.
I don't think it's an of course thing. I think it's just a matter of like he didn't want to do that because that is a whole. If you want me to pay attention to this business, which is more than it should be in this movie already, like I want to know a little bit about it, and not just be like, oh, this guy's stealing from me. Oh, this guy wants a book. Fuck this guy for
I
wanting
mean,
a book.
I agree with you about that. I just don't think we need like a subplot from You've Got Mail about the internet is killing my bookstore.
I guess no. What I'm saying is like I wish he was like accepting that and was like doing orders. Because otherwise, I don't understand how you're keeping this.
well,
bookstore.
he's just
That's a
seems,
great question.
He seems thrilled to light money on fire. Yes, we do also get Dylan Moran here.
Oh, the
LOL.
nerd from Shaun of the Dead.
Yes, who also had a BBC sitcom where he owned a bookstore, so it's kind of humorous that he's the
Oh,
book thief here.
it's cheeky, isn't it?
Is
It
it?
is, I guess so. If you know black books, then yeah.
It's a good
That's
show.
the name of the show.
Yes,
Got it. Was it before this movie or after?
I think this was definitely
Is-
before. Or maybe,
He sells Bibles.
Started
or
before at
something?
least. Definitely
He sells-
started before. I don't know if it was.
Oh no,
keep
Black
going.
Black Books is 2000. So there you go.
Oh wow, really?
So
maybe
somebody
that
saw-
got him the
Yeah, and they're like, hey,
Oh.
book thief guy.
Yeah, he
That guy
stole
looks good in a bookstore.
Yeah,
Um,
so he sees this guy stealing a book, and he goes and he's like, he puts a book down his trousers, and he's like, well, if you would like to remove that book from your trousers and wipe it off,
Wipe it off.
wipe it
'cause
off, yeah.
You know this dude is like, especially when you get caught with a book down your trousers, you get a little pee comes out. Maybe you're like, ooh, oh, you get a little scared, a little startled.
yeah, like I guess it's only because the store has to be on hard times that he would not like sacrifice that book. I mean, the other thing too is to be like, you put it down your trousers, you've bought it, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, it's like taking it into the bathroom. It's George time.
Yeah, this book has been flagged.
Yeah. You can't be going back. I mean, they tell you straight out. He says we just had a big sales push and we're negative $347. like this place is going under, and
Yeah.
like
Oh, yeah.
to make me at least believe that it's not she has to buy it at the end of this. Like she
Yep.
has to buy it outright, and that's the
No,
only way
that-
this thing is
He
surviving.
becomes a house husband, dude. He gets saved.
Yeah,
He
sure.
turns into Adrien Pazdar in the Dixie Chicks documentary where he's just hanging out.
That's the dream.
It
That
is.
the dream.
What a fucking pull, Steve.
I think about it all the time because Adrien Pazdar is like having a blast. It's like, yeah, I take the kids to wherever, man. Cool. And I'm
Yeah, I was
like,
on Heroes that one time.
yeah.
You remember that or
Take a
What?
drink.
No.
Oh, the guy from Near Dark.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh wow! Oh wow!
Yeah, he's
really?
married in that Dixie Chicks documentary. It's even before Heroes, so it's like real career nadir. He is just her
Mm.
house husband, and it is my dream come true. So that's where Hugh fucking comes in at the end, man. It's just
Yeah, I
sort of
guess
like,
that's true. Yeah, but it feels like he keeps this thing up. I don't think he's abandoning ship.
Yeah. But so they kind of have a back and forth. She buys quote unquote the wrong book and kind of leaves.
She does kind of make some sexy remark about like, I couldn't fit that down my trousers or
Oh
something.
yeah.
And I was like, you know what? Not too bad.
And like here it makes sense that she's very subdued and quiet because she doesn't want to get noticed, right? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
she leaves. He's got this, of course, because we always need this. The hapless employee guy comes back.
Yes.
Mhm.
And
So
this relationship here is really awkward. So it's like he goes out to get Hugh Grant a cappuccino. And I guess their whole thing is like they just playfully switch off who's getting who beverages the whole day. That's, I guess, how you pass the time working at a dead bookstore, right? Because he's like,
Yes.
he just comes back with the cappuccino. She takes off and he's like, all right, well, now what will you be drinking right now? And he's like, oh, I don't know. How about a naughty little orange juice?
Oh, we're going to live on the street, aren't we? Yes, we are. We're just going to spend all our money on cappuccinos and orange juices until we're living underneath the bridges, aren't we, sir?
So he picks up this orange juice, and as he's walking back, bumps
Annihilates
right
her.
into her again. Just
Annihilates her.
just cross body checks this woman.
Oh my god! Yeah, an OJ explosion. We haven't had this much of an OJ explosion since a few years before the film came out.
94 or so, is that?
The juice is loose. Apologies. Not in a double murderer sort of way. In a more of an orange juice spilling on you sort of way. Sorry. Ooh, ha, ha.
It's going loose all down your blouse, you see.
I could have almost beheaded you. Oh no, why am I thinking about this? Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my.
I'll go fetch a white Bronco. I will.
We'll run away from this orange juice covered shirt together.
You know, I could give you a shirt at my own home, but you know, if it doesn't fit, you must acquit. Ha, 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 ha.
Judge Ito and jury.
Oh, do you have a restaurant friend that I should also put a little juice on him a little bit? A little bit.
A little restaurant friend. Oh, man.
See, I couldn't possibly be wearing the orange juice gloves. That couldn't fit, you see.
But so in a thing that like could only happen in a movie, he's like, you want to come back to my apartment and clean up? And she's like, yeah, all right. That sounds like a safe idea. And it's your classic, you know, oh, the house is a mess. It's exactly what the dude writes in Love Actually.
Yes.
Same writer. I don't know if we mentioned
Richard Curtis,
that here.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, baby.
Criminal.
So it's
Right.
another like, oh, my pigsty of a flat. And he like runs around. And I gotta say, this is disgusting. I mean, it's like fucking Domino's boxes everywhere.
It is disgusting, and I'm telling you, he's trying to throw this all on Spike. No.
Yeah,
This is a two-party system on this one. This place is fucking disgusting.
You're both in that canoe, dude. You're both rowing it. That's how it's got to go.
It's gotta smell. Oh my god.
At a certain point, like, yes, like, yeah, like, hey, who didn't do the dishes this week or whatever? But the food garbage that is everywhere, that's on everybody.
The
because
odor, she would barf walking into this place, especially you know this Spike fellow is operating a goon cave in the back.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
yeah, dude. No way. No doubt about
He's
it.
always in his wee knickers. For
Are you
one.
kidding me? There's a fucking litter of garbage pail kids living under the sink, probably.
Well, that to be fair, that is where you keep garbage pail kids. You don't want them getting out in the sun.
Excuse me, is there a child underneath there?
Oh, it's okay. It's just a garbage pail kid.
Oh, okay. They live in garbage. That's okay.
You're right though. The whole leaving food out, that is a bit too far for me. You know, you don't get all the dishes into the dishwasher there that night. All right, as long as there's a healthy rinse, that's okay. But like the food still on the plate, still on the table. My God, this is chaos.
There was like cereal that is calcified into sludge.
You can have that argument with your roommate of like, no, that's your orange juice, that's my orange, whatever. But like once it's like there's a smell and like food is just rotting in the open, you just got to throw it away. You know what I mean? And then be like, man, my shithill roommate sucks. I can't wait to get rid of him.
And
that's like, you know, one time I was living with roommates and we walked home and this dude had not cleaned his cat's litter box. And we were trying to watch Lost and we were choking on it.
Well, yeah.
And so Chelsea bravely cleaned it all out. And then I was like, hey, dude, like when he got home, I was like, the place smelled like fucking shit. That is exclusively your cat. Well, come on now. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. You want me to throw it out? I'll throw it out.
The litter?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I meant. Sure, that works. The litter.
So she goes into the bathroom to freshen up, get that OJ off of her.
And she's turned on because of that mess, like this borderline hoarder house. And she's used to prim and proper and nice things. So
Oh my God, it's so filthy.
it's a wee bit naughty. Yeah.
Do you listen to new metal? Please tell me. I've heard all this Britpop for so long. Tell me you like new metal.
She could
I love
date
what
us then, huh?
The Americans are doing with new metal. It's wondrous.
Chung, chugga, chun, 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 chun. I love the chunky guitars, you see.
I'm a big fan of the Chamber of Coal. I think it's fantastic.
What was this lyric? Ooh, ah, ah, ah. It goes.
Oh, yes, I would also like to get downward with the sickness.
So, whatever, they have this little convo, like after she cleans off or whatever, he has the line, "Nice to meet you. It's surreal, but nice." And she fucking leaves, and then he's, kicking himself over that bad line, which it's a bad line.
Sure.
And then in a real brain teaser move, this woman comes back and kisses this guy.
I mean, I think
wait a
thing
second.
of it is he looks like Hugh Grant. So
Yeah.
there it is.
That's true.
There's your
That's
answer.
true.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, which also should, if he does look like you, if the movie is telling you he looks like Hugh Grant and he actually does in the movie, he should have like dates all the time. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Oh, yeah.
Right.
We do get a dating montage.
Yes,
later,
it's true.
But yeah, I get the timeline. Like, I don't know exactly when Harrison Ford broke up his marriage or whatever. But so maybe
I
he's
think
giving
they
it
say
a rest, right?
Get
Yeah,
off my dame, he says.
I think they say it's something like maybe close to a year or something
That
like that.
sounds right.
Oh,
I
he'd
think.
be out there by then. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
Of course. Give me a break. The big fucking Emily Mortimers would be throwing themselves at him.
Mm-hmm.
I should say, actually, when the first time she tries to leave, she's like, it's been great. And she goes to the door, and this happens because it's a real thing. She has no idea how to open it because there's no fucking doorknob anywhere to be fucking found.
It's crazy.
It's
How
like,
do they
oh
get
no,
anything
this
done?
weird latch that I have to figure out.
Well, no, it's by mental telepathy over there. you touch your head a little bit and the door swings open.
Bugger, you can't figure out that doorknob, can you? Well, looks like you're stuck here. Bugger indeed.
Oh, yes. And in the bathroom, we only have the 3 seashells as well.
That would be funny if they just had the seashells on the door and that was just how you had to do it. Figure that shit out.
What? Someone will have to sit me down and explain to me what their problem is with doorknobs. I think it's a great system we have here. You know exactly where it is.
Well, that's the American ingenuity, is putting it where it should fucking be and not in the middle of the door. That's just,
Yeah, American ingenuity, putting it where it should be. No shit.
Steve, you were just in Paris recently. Do they have doorknobs?
There was mostly doorknobs. Yes.
Do you think that's the America rebuilding after the war?
yeah,
GIs
yes,
just put up doors, regular style.
Mhm. When Lafayette came back, he was just like, "Oh no, the doorknobs are everywhere."
The new doorknob style is in the center.
There is a good Rhys Ifans moment here, like after the kiss, where he comes in and doesn't really even notice her. He's got like a stack of something in front of his face and he's smoking. And he's like, "Oh, I got to tell you a story that'll shrink your balls to raisins."
Because
He's
he's
just
I'm
right
looking
in
for.
front of this woman.
That's great.
He's a dude that's like, trying to get laid a lot. There's a funny bit about him what T-shirt to wear to his date.
The first T-shirt candidate, not one for a date, obviously, but something for like the opening night of a horror movie at the multiplex, or like a Halloween costume or a chiller con. This fucking T-shirt, it says "I love blood," and then has an actual plastic model of the alien chest burster coming out of it.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
All 3 of the shirts he tries on, you can only wear these on a date to a sure thing. It cannot be
that's a
one
good
where
point.
you cannot be on the fence. You got to be like, you've already been like talking like sexy talk to each other beforehand. And this is a date before you go home and have the sex you've been telling each other that you're going to have.
He does have the good button on that, because it's like it's 2 T-shirts that are shitty. And then the third one, he comes out and says, "You're the most beautiful woman in the world." And Hugh Grant's like, "Oh, actually, yeah, wear that one on the date. That looks good." And he's like, "Right, got it." And he turns around and it says fancy a fuck on the book.
Yes.
But
Like,
also,
this dude is all boardwalk t-shirts.
Yeah.
but also, if you wore that to a date with like an office manager you met on the subway, like they'd be like, "What the fuck? Get the fuck out of here, please." Could you?
No, I
please?
know it's not an appropriate shirt for a date. I just think it's an amusing shirt.
Yeah,
I
but
just
he's
kind of.
Chris,
I
he's
wish we had
Chris-
seen. I wish we had seen who he's dating. Like
He's
more
total
than that.
trash. I mean, he's total trash. What do you think? You know,
That's why I wonder.
Well, he does,
Eventually end up with the sister.
nicely gets with the crazy sister. At the
Well,
end.
I
That's
mean,
all.
we'll get to that shit when we get there. My fucking god.
But they, so like they have a meet cute. She kisses him. He's like, "Holy shit, that's crazy." Which is also, it is sort of like a deranged thing to do, but she's like, whatever, having fun with it. And long story short, like the next couple days pass. He's like dreamy about it, and the funny bit is that Rhys Ifans has not given him a message for days from her, which is kind of.
I
funny.
feel like the unreliable roommate not giving the phone message is something that was already done into the ground in like 1990.
Oh yeah.
91, the height of answering machines power.
You're already running on invisible money, clearly. So why not use that invisible money to buy yourself an answering machine? Because that, I mean, like, clearly it's not going to be. This is not the first time this guy has bungled a message for you.
Exactly.
Don't tell me
Right.
that shit.
But an answering machine's not going to help if he picks up the fucking phone. Then that's the problem.
That's true.
Yep.
I
Yep.
suppose that's
You gotta
true.
be like, you know what, Spike? Here's the deal, dude.
Yes.
I'm a call screener. This is a call screening house. I don't care if you're home. You screen it, dude. You screen your own calls here. What if it's some, psycho that you hooked up with you don't want to hear from again? Screen the call,
But
Spike.
Then you risk the, filling up that tape.
Well, it's Hugh.
Oh, that's true.
Hugh Grant's got to learn that the way, the way out is through. You have to tell Rhys and Spike has to be like, you have to be like, be more lazy. When the
Yeah.
phone's ringing, don't touch it. Keep reading your porn mag in your goggles or whatever you're fucking doing.
What if it's a lady that fancies a fuck?
Oh, I guess that's fair. Yeah, that you would want to get that one.
Yeah.
But you could screen, as Andrew was saying, you could screen it and then you find.
So he, after some, nudging, is like, oh, well, yes, she's at this hotel, but I don't remember the fake name that she gave, blah, blah, blah. And then he instantly, in that moment, because we got to get the movie going here, is like, oh, why don't you try Flintstone? And indeed, Flintstone is the fake name she gave to the hotel, because she always gives cartoon characters as fake names, she says later on. Now, did you guys hear something? I don't know if something was wacky going on with my AV setup at home or what the deal was, but when he calls her,
I know what you're going to say.
is she completely inaudible on the other end of the phone?
Yes,
and the
yes, yeah.
subtitles were saying dialogue that wasn't
Yes,
there?
correct. Oh, yeah.
I don't have subtitles, but you don't hear her part of the call.
No, but
Okay.
it maybe you were supposed to. Fucking stuff like Amazon, they don't actually do any quality control. The captions had words that were not the right words. It's just
Interesting.
a fucking wreck over there.
I thought I was going crazy, dude, because he's on the phone and it's like, yes, I'm sorry, my roommate, he buggered the message, blah, blah, blah. And like the subtitles were coming up like dialogue from her.
Interesting.
Yes.
Shit like I thought you weren't
Yeah.
going to call or whatever. And I'm like, I thought I was going crazy. I was like, is she not speaking? Is my TV broken? Like, what is happening
I have
right now?
no idea how that happened. I mean, for all I know, they took out that dialogue and it was supposed to be one-sided, yet it somehow ended up in captions. How does this happen?
Yeah,
I don't
who
know. I'm
knows?
just imagining Amazon or whoever screwed up.
At least I will say the timing on the subtitle file was still accurate because, dude, that's Paramount Plus. Their subtitles, like I watch Star Trek episodes on Paramount Plus for the Nexus, and like the subtitles will start lagging behind the dialogue.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And then the delay becomes so insane.
I don't know what the laws are now, but I know like there was a law passed like 97 or something that everything made after 97 needs proper closed captioning, but I think it only extends to actual television broadcasts. I'm not sure if they've updated that
Oh.
for streaming yet. So it's kind of a
Interesting.
Wild West.
I mean, and it doesn't. They can do it, and it doesn't have to be good. It could just be fucking gibberish.
but
As
like-
half of this is.
It should be a selling point for your service to offer actual stuff for the hearing impaired. You know what I
Yep.
mean?
Oh yeah, of course. I mean,
Especially since I just had to agree to pay fucking $2.99 more a month for these fucking terrorists not to put commercials
Yeah.
in my Prime shit, which I already pay $100 a year for.
Yeah,
Thanks for nothing, Bezos, you bald fuck.
I bumped up to because
I did not.
So many of the stuff that we watch for the show is what do you call it? Is I watch on Amazon, and honestly, every minute counts. You know what I mean? Like every minute. If I'm watching fucking 2 hours and 4 minutes of Notting Hill, and I'm looking at that's staring me down all week, it cannot turn into 2:30.
You know what?
It cannot.
It cannot. I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, watching this movie, I'm like, oh man, I wish I had a telephone, like an iPhone commercial or something to watch.
Yeah, what are you, like, rushing to watch a Lifetime movie after this, Steve?
I'm just
Or,
looking
like,
to get on with my life.
Exactly.
Chris.
I
How
got
about that?
other shit
That's
going
fine.
on, dude.
Uh-huh.
I got other but I will say, speaking of
Yes.
sound and sound design and all that stuff, I don't know what it is, because we're wherever we are in the movie right now. You know, we're about 40 minutes in the episode. It is excruciating to watch this movie because there's no score. It's like No Country for Old Men for some reason.
Yeah.
Like it's just I'm listening to the fucking cicadas or something. I don't understand why, and it's all pauses.
Yeah.
It's totally dead silent in all these apartments, and it is chilling, and I don't understand why that is.
I'll tell you exactly why.
Please.
And because I was feeling it last night, I was like, why? Because usually when I hear this many pop songs, I'm annoyed as shit. Because I'm just like, you're just spending time. You're just trying to get through it. The pop songs in this movie do pop. Like,
they do.
They all pop. And I think it's because there's no other music.
There
I think
isn't.
they starve you, and then they give you like these huge pop songs. And all of a sudden, you're like, oh, Al Green? Are you serious? Absolutely.
That Al Green song is fucking great. I'll say, I don't know. I didn't notice either way, Steve. That's pretty funny. I do remember like the pop music drops. I'm looking on IMDb. There is a fella by the name of Trevor Jones who is credited as having original music by.
I'm sure there's some original music, but I'm telling you, in the big scenes, in most of these scenes, it is just fucking the silent hiss of room noise.
My God, maybe the M&E track that was supposed to be pulled to have the music and her phone call was just removed.
Oh shit, that could be. I mean, this guy too. Honestly, it's very strange. Pretty accomplished composer. Last of the Mohegans, Dark City, Cliffhanger.
Well, I fucking took a break on this one, huh?
No, it's a rest, dude, because he composes music. You see,
yes,
it's a rest.
That's very funny.
It's a music joke.
Yeah.
Have you ever wondered what's the use of the travel book if it led you to Notting Hill?
Oh shit!
Don't put that travel book down your trousers.
The Arnold cameoed Around the World in 80 Days, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen,
LXG, love that.
Crossroads, From Hell. This dude worked, man.
What a great composer. What also is chilling is this video fest they have where he's watching all of her movies like some weird
it's just one.
obsessive stalker.
This one we only see
Chris,
Gramercy Park, the Matthew Modine picture.
Video fest implies more than one.
Okay.
You're right. Rhys Ifans does say you want a video fest tonight.
But I'm only seeing one, so I'm assuming they're just rewatching this shitty Matthew Modine movie over and over.
Matthew
again.
Modine, by the way, it's a black and white movie. It seems like a romantic drama or romantic comedy or whatever. He is dressed like he's in The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3, the original. I don't know what this hat's doing.
His hat.
The fake mustache was also distracting.
Yes.
I mean,
so, on the phone call, what we do not hear her say, I guess in some instances, is, hey, why don't you come? Or maybe he says it like, oh, yes, tea at the Ritz. Sounds great, blah, blah, blah. So he hoofs it over to the Ritz, and it's kind of a fake out because you realize he's walked into a press junket situation where he's forced to pretend that he's a film critic. And that's the opportunity he's going to get to speak with her.
A hand up in the back here. Why did she do this?
Because she's an asshole.
She's an asshole. You're totally right, dude. She's an asshole this entire fucking movie. She does say at some point when he finally meets her after being humiliated, she does say like, oh, I thought it'd be over by now. No, fuck off. This is a humiliating thing to put this dude through.
Here's the thing. You're totally right.
And it's a power move, a huge power move.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Well, also, though, what I feel is going on here, and it's a bad script, so you're missing details. But, like, if you think about, like, the status of the celebrity that she is, right, I think part of it was she's she's all concerned about like the tabloids and yada yada. She needs some line that's like, I'm sorry we had to do it this way. I thought it was going to be over by now. I couldn't have people think there was a gentleman caller. If that gets out, yada yada yada. But I feel like she's not saying that only because they're saving the surprise, such as it is, that she does have a boyfriend for later in the movie. So she's being like, the character is forced to be disingenuous in this moment because the screenplay is demanding this shocking twist later in the film.
We only have so many things to write about here, folks. Like, let's not get out of our zones here. I mean, that's like, to me, it's just like you're putting this off for the surprise, and like you give me nothing in exchange. Like, I guess you're supposed to be laughing.
There's comedy here, Chris.
I get
the Horse and Hound magazine. He's
asking,
yes. I'm not saying it. You have to enjoy it, but it technically is a joke, right?
I mean, it is kind of funny that he says shit like, why can't you put horses in the movie because it's set in space? Like him not knowing what the movie is. The funny thing is, though, again, because this is just like psycho rom-com stuff. The real world solution is he gets in the room, the door closes. Jules turns to this other dude who's like the manager or whatever, and just goes, "Hey, Marty, this guy's just here to see me for a minute. I had to sneak him up here. Sorry, but I am the celebrity here, by the way, and you're just the fucking manager. So deal with it. I'm going to take 5 minutes and talk to
That's
this
how
dude."
it should
Great
be.
idea.
Yeah,
Yes.
This is just totally bizarre behavior on her part.
I guess the thing is that like this is part of me, I guess, not understanding the young Hugh Grant appeal, because I guess what you're saying about the horses in space joke, it is supposed to be funny, but because of the way he like delivers a joke, like, "Oh, do you think there should be horses in space?"
Yeah,
well, yeah, you want the character at least to be like hip to what's going on.
Well, I guess I'm supposed to find this like inability charming,
Yes,
but I'm just
you are.
like,
This is kind of like a British humor. He's doing like an Alan Partridge right now.
I know, but Alan Partridge is so much better.
I
Like,
agree.
my God,
Because he's a
but
comedian. That plays him.
exactly. But that to me, this just doesn't come across as humor. It's just like, oh, this pathetic guy cannot get it together for this impossible situation.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was the thing in the 90s, dude. People loved Hugh Grant doing this shit.
Sputtering.
I mean, to the tune of over $360 million worldwide at the box office.
But other horses. This is the sizzle of the fucking room noise in space.
Like, give me a little piano or something.
Exactly. Look, pep it up a touch. Just a touch.
Even give us that bullshit Curb Your Enthusiasm score.
Exactly.
Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah.
Do you
Do
you have any idea how crazy you are talking about horses in space? You don't have to do this right now. You don't have to do this right now.
But then the jokes continue when he's brought out to meet with all the other cast members.
This is, I
Yeah.
mean, I'm sorry, dude. Just leave.
Well, 'cause
Yeah.
she even said, he's like, "Oh, do you want to do something after?" She's like, "Oh no, I can't. I'm busy."
That's the end of that.
Thanks for the flowers. He leaves, and then this other woman is just like, "Oh, but then you have all of the other people to meet." And yeah, I'd just be like, "No, I got to take a shit. Sorry."
Or, you know,
Oh,
it's
yes.
just like, oh, you know what? For Horse and Hound magazine, we only cared about Anna. I gotta go. You know,
Yes.
I don't give a shit about Clarke Peters or the dude. Although the joke of the guy speaking Spanish is pretty great. Like it's through the translator, and again, he's asking like questions, and he doesn't know what the movie's about, and he's like, "Oh, were you able to relate to your character?" And the guy says no, and he says, "Why not?" The woman translating goes, "Because he's playing a flesh-eating robot," or something like that, which is pretty
Remember,
funny.
she will go on to win the Academy Award for Best
Yes.
Actress for
Yes.
the movie with the flesh-eating
Flesh-eating
robot.
robot. Yes.
Could have been a weak year, dude.
Yeah.
Could have been a weak year.
Honestly, you know what? No.
That's
This is actually a good thing. I want this. I want there to be a flesh-eating robot movie that sweeps the Oscars.
Yeah, I guess like what Stanley Donen Saturn III upsets and wins the Oscar somehow.
Man, that piece of shit. I don't think so.
I hope not. I would hope not. But yeah, apparently it does win. But absolutely, I just think like get out of here. And like you set up this assistant as like someone Julia Roberts can relate to, and she
Yes.
can't say like, "Hey, this guy, I know this guy. Like,
Yeah.
can you get him out of here
It
after
seems
this?"
like she's been taken hostage by her own life, or she's got no fight or will to live, or something, or she's just enjoying.
Oh,
watching
She
him.
because-
does not care for this man's time whatsoever. That's
Yeah.
what we're talking about here.
Well,
Doesn't even go through her fucking head.
He does.
Well, because that's what happens when you're a celebrity, Eric, is that you really have no control of your life anymore. And it's so hard. It's so hard.
Maybe since all he's doing is drinking coffees and dropping orange juice and working at that store that no one's in, I mean, waste his time. Why not?
Yeah, actually, yeah, fine. Fuck him.
So, like you would in a situation like this, right? It's like, oh, actually, I can hang out. Oh, cool. Oh, wait, I have something tonight. Actually, here's a long shot. Do you want to come to my sister's birthday party? Oh, God.
Absolutely not.
Excuse me. Oh God, I gotta calm myself down. Is her place filthy too? Oh, because I need to smell some trash. I need
oh
to
my
get
God. How many Domino's boxes does she have on the floor?
I mean, sister's birthday, anything can happen. It's like, here's our first date. Oh, you want to meet me mom? My mom and pops or whatever.
Well, yeah,
right?
exactly, dude. What is the parent situation? Also, something
know.
we sort of don't really get it. There's one bad joke about his mother calls on the phone and is complaining about a health ailment or whatever. But you're right. Like, what's going on with the rest of the family?
That's apparently deleted scenes.
You see it in the trailer.
Really?
There's in the trailer you see because they make a joke about him possibly dating Fergie.
Oh man, it was 1999.
Wow. Yeah. The year after that, you couldn't make that joke anymore.
But yeah, so we go to this little it's it's not really a party, it's a nice little dinner, a birthday dinner at the house.
I do like this because this is thinking cheap. This is like Dave Chappelle in Half Baked. Like,
yes.
Trying to split a fucking $5 to make a day work. And like, because I wish I saw more of that from him, honestly, because he's making no money and he has to date a celebrity. But this is a good cure, a good solution to the problem is he just takes her to the sister's birthday where his friend Max is burning some guinea fowl.
Yeah, and I guess it makes sense. And I think it's a little presumptuous to go right to meeting family members, but you don't want to be in public. So having friends cook, it makes kind of sense. Yeah.
Can I tell you guys I did actually have a celebrity sighting in London.
Ooh.
It felt very Nottingham. I mean, it was funny because I felt Nottingham.
Did you fuck them?
I did not fuck them. So that
you spilled orange juice all over Mr. Bean.
When I tell you, I wish both of those, the fucking and the bean.
You got proper buggered, didn't you?
Did you get buggered by Mark Lynn Addy?
I wish. No, I saw Robert Pattinson when he was dating FKA Twigs. They were at the same restaurant as we were at.
Did you bugger them?
I did not bugger them. I was like, you know what? Oh, I just see them like, oh, that's funny. And
what about any shagging, dude?
No shagging. At least
I see.
Did you start loudly talking about how actors are prostitutes?
I did not. I didn't give them the Godard bit. I did not do that.
There you go.
So, well, that's you get a look at what our Pats had on the table there.
No, it was sharing. It was a family thing.
It would have been really funny if he just got a huge like brontosaurus ribs like from the Flintstones or something.
Well, it was funny because Soph is a huge FKA Twigs fan. And she was like, should I say something to her? I'm like, absolutely fucking not.
Oh, no way. You can't be doing that.
Do not do that. She's like, oh, yeah, you're right.
You mustn't approach. Mustn't approach.
There's like security everywhere, dude. It should be formerly known as Alive.
Yes.
What genre of restaurant? What type of cuisine was this?
It's a KFC.
Yes. It was a sit-down KFC. Please.
Ooh, sit down.
Where does he get these 12 herbs and spices?
It's the original from the colonies.
That Colonel was quite a genius.
We'll be doubling down, don't you see?
This is the double down. The bacon is from Holmanshire.
Yes.
So they show up to the house. I do like the woman answers the door. Oh, holy fuck! Which is the sister there, Honey. Sister's a total train wreck. You got Hugh Bonneville playing Bernie, as we mentioned. Of course, Lord Grantham himself from Downton Abbey later in his life. He's a dude that like he's looking way young in this movie, and like I predominantly know him as Lord Grantham, and like I have to say, he's a more handsome dude as he got older.
Oh,
this
yeah,
baby face Lord Grantham is kind of unsettling.
Takes a while.
Also, because he's playing both. I mean, not just a financial loser, but like a loser at heart. Like
just a real all-around loser.
Yeah, it's really sad. It's so like, the difference is huge.
But also, he's got no fucking social graces whatsoever because he does not recognize Anna immediately. So he's just kind of like having this conversation. It's, oh, I work in the stock market, blah, blah, blah. What do you do? Oh, I'm an actress. Oh, that's great. I used to do some acting in college, yada, yada, yada. Oh, I work in films. Oh, that's great. What do you get paid? The money in films is supposed to be great. What did you make for your last movie? He says to this woman, like, get the fuck out of my checkbook, asshole.
No, dude, he's a zillennial now. That's everybody's just, you got to talk about what you're making.
That's an absolutely fucking not, by the way. I don't know where those people got that from.
That's a way to instantly get everyone around you to resent you or pity you. It's a bad move. In either way, like even if you're coming out on top of that equation, you shouldn't be talking about it.
I'm an old man. I don't discuss what I make. That just it dies with me.
Because I mean, you're either feeling shitty about it because of someone else, or you're making someone else feel shitty because of you. It's not worth it, folks. And in this instance, it's hugely inappropriate. She says $15 million.
She's ready to big dick everybody. And any chance she gets. She gets.
I'd be big dicking this guy too, man. You don't ask people that shit.
True. We also get Gina McKee as a woman in a wheelchair, like his ex-girlfriend who's married to the guy that's cooking. And you know what, Richard Curtis? Just don't. If this is the way you write someone in a wheelchair, just don't have someone in a wheelchair at all. How about that?
I mean, you wish, but he's going to do it anyway because he's got to milk sentiment from any fucking corner he can get. That's what he does.
Why can't you just be like you and me having a good time in this apartment? But no, eventually she's so sad because she can't have kids. And then later in the movie, which I love, is when like everything's going tits up for Hugh Grant and Julia Roberts. He just instantly is like, but what about my friend Helen in a wheelchair? Her life is miserable. You can't say the paparazzi is worse than that.
Yes,
you're just throwing that.
They
in my
are.
Face. Yes.
But they are, Stephen, aren't they? They're just monsters.
Let me just wheel my disabled friend right in front of you as some type of cudgel in this conversation.
I'm going to win because my friend's disabled. Hello.
Well, have you heard of a dead guy? There was a dead guy once. His life is pretty rotten because he's dead.
Everything is so miserable in this movie.
Yes.
Like, I guess that's like the tone they're going for. But like, I find it shocking that because they bring up this friend Tony, and like literally the only reason they bring him up is to be like, Tony has a restaurant. 2 hours goes by. Tony's restaurant failed. He's going away now. He sunk all of his money into it, and he's going away. My travel bookstore is doing fine, but the restaurant fucked up.
That's got to be a scene's deleted because you see him in the beginning and he's like weighing fish or something, and then at the end his business is out.
Dude, first of all, I don't remember him weighing fish at the beginning of this movie. Second of all, I don't remember his restaurant being mentioned at the beginning of this movie. When they get to him at the end, when they're in this closed restaurant or in the process of closing, I was like, the fuck is this guy?
Who the fuck is Tony? And I agree. It's a weird thing, but
we should say also the reason why at this dinner party she gets into the incredibly abysmal, like, I fell and had an accident and now I'm paralyzed and now also I can't have kids and also I had to quit smoking, like that stuff. It's all in this dinner party game of who's got the worst life.
Who wants the brownie? It's Britain's favorite show. Who wants the brownie?
Also, does that have pot in it? If not, anyone else could have the brownie. It's fine. You know what I mean? Like,
it's 99. We're not playing that game quite, especially with like this audience. I don't think they're doing it.
But so whatever. And like, the game is, who has the worst life gets the brownie. And like Julia Roberts plays for a second. And she's like, basically, it's like, I've been on a diet my whole life, which means I have an eating disorder. LOL. And I was like, that's uncomfortable. And then she's like, yeah, and my last boyfriend kind of hit me. Can I have the brownie? And I'm like, I didn't want to know any of that.
And then it's like a little pause. It's like, nice try, gorgeous.
Yes, I love that.
So with your eat shit, you and your problems.
Oh, a few smacks.
I mean, I was so happy when that, because I was like, if they give her the brownie too, I'm gonna fucking lose it. If this movie started with the she montage, and now she also gets the brownie.
I love that you're defensive over who gets the brownie.
I'm a little pissed. I was like, it better go to Bella. I think it should go to Bella, honestly. My feeling.
But then she's always getting the brownie.
Well, that's what I feel like someone should raise up. Not to be too rude, but Bella shouldn't be allowed to play.
She's always getting the brownie with her sob
like
stories and all.
It's like she's using a game genie, isn't it?
Yeah, get the Peep Show boys in to play these characters.
She's using a dessert genie every time we're playing who gets the last brownie.
I mean, if she is, she can only talk about stuff from today, not, the accident.
Also,
We're
Steve,
sick of the accident.
I think you're totally right about the pop brownie thing because, like, just a plain old brownie, if you really want more, go to the store.
Yeah.
Because I've never in my life, I mean, I like a good brownie from time to time, weed or otherwise, but, like, I've never been like, whoa, I got to get this brownie
I guess
recipe.
it's just a game for people to play.
Yeah,
We're equating it with pot because we're drug addicts.
No, but they do actually have a thing where it's like, oh, her brownies are the best, blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
That's what incites the whole thing. Like, there's only one piece of the amazing brownie recipe.
But so they leave, and now they're walking in the street. And
Where she just goes, hey, so your friend Bella, how'd she wind up in that chair?
Yeah,
Fucking great.
rude,
Nice
rude
tact.
question, dude.
Yeah.
Not great.
Oh, she's terrible. I was glad when he was like, fuck off, sod
know.
off at the
I
end.
agree. But yeah, he
But I
explains
would
it.
beg her to take me back too. But anyway, go ahead.
They wind up finding a closed public park, and
It's specifically not a public
it's not
park.
a public park.
It's for the people who live in the surrounding
Right.
houses for it. That's why
Oh.
they're in one at the end of the movie,
It's
so
like-
they can hide from people.
Right. Like down in Manhattan, some neighborhoods like Gramercy, it's like, oh, this is only for the rich.
Yes. Yep. No, I think that's exactly
Yeah.
what this is supposed to be. She rightfully, though, as they're trying to climb this gate into this thing, is making fun of him for honestly, using the word whoopsie daisy. It's not like
Yeah.
he's like trying to be funny about it. Like he slips on the gate and literally says whoopsie daisy, and she starts laying into him, which I think is pretty funny.
That's a common word over there, or a double word. Is that two? That's two words, yes.
The bad subtitle track I had said whoopsie daisy is one word.
Oh, maybe
daisy.
it is.
I don't know if
In-
that's true.
Dude,
or not.
in the King's English, it's one word.
You definitely get a couple bollocks that bollocks that up. I
Mhm.
heard of a few of those.
Well, he looks like he's gonna pierce his bollocks on this fucking
Yeah,
fence.
the
the
by
way it's one of those things you don't want to do slowly. You want to do it
Yeah.
pretty quickly. You know what I mean?
What burst your nutsack?
Yeah,
No,
No,
get up
it's-
over the spiky iron wrought
Yeah,
fence.
yes.
So
just
you're
like
not
Fight Club,
bursting.
baby.
I don't know about
Just like
doing it. Doing it quickly.
Deliberation is not your friend in that
You're,
situation.
you're asking for like a double circumcision if you do it too quickly. You want to be a little careful.
Well, if you're doing it, but I if you're gonna do it, I want it to be like the bag of fat in Fight Club, and just,
Oh no!
Oh my God.
Oh,
Do you think Hugh Grant is circumcised or not? Maybe not.
definitely is.
I mean, when we interview him, we should ask him that. That should be the first one
Well,
out the
the
gate.
readers of Horse and Hound would like to know.
Doesn't he show some peen in what's that movie?
Pat-
Lair
Pat-
of the White Worm?
Maybe
Possibly.
I forget.
Isn't
Paddington 2,
Yes,
did
he is in
he
that.
show his dick in that?
All
Or
right, I'm
no?
going to search Hugh Grant penis. Let's see what comes up.
Maybe an awfully large adventure or whatever the fuck. That
I don't
thing
know
was.
why they don't know. They should know by now. I want that safe search off.
Well, dude, you got to get incognito mode on at least, though, man.
Oh, wait, I'm reading
fucked
it.
up. I didn't incognito.
I'm reading it right now, Eric. He is going to show penis finally in Paddington in Peru.
Okay,
Oh,
the
good.
third-
good.
The third Paddington film that is
Uh-huh.
going to happen finally.
Does it? His
If
dick
it's-
wears a raincoat and shit. I can.
Eats a lot of marmalade.
I cannot find
Oh, ew.
his. I can't
Well,
find.
maybe not then.
All right,
maybe,
Maybe,
not.
maybe not.
They go to they get this park. They start making out. Implied hey Jay, I think, because you know what I mean. Like we just
I think so.
Yeah.
Yes. Especially because of what's going on here. Because it's very weird. This fucking crane shot.
yes.
This is bad. Like I think Roger Michell, rest in peace, directed some good movies. I think he was a talented director. I don't know what this is, where it's almost like very theatrical in a way. Like she sits down and she says like, oh, nice bench or something. The camera takes this huge crane ride up over the park, and then he starts literally walking away from this woman. I'm like, dude, here is a huge A-list, beautiful celebrity woman here sitting down on a bench with you in this private park under the cover of night, and you're walking away?
Well, it's because we're going into, I think, a montage of their early dating.
Yes.
It's the first of a couple of these where we start seeing, and this also, I think, is the bench that they're at the end.
Yes,
possibly.
and there's a cute thing on the an inscription on the bench about, this is dedicated to whomever.
Yes.
Because my lovely wife, who I would never be without, or something. Like
this is us seeing the future of what if our relationship works. And they're smart. I'll tell you this. They're smart in this sense. They get the montage going, and right as they're coming out of it, you get to finally see some Hugh Grant bod, which is pretty good. He's looking pretty good without the shirt off, I got to say.
Yeah.
Well, this is, the only thing that I thought was sort of montage, because this is when they go to the movie.
Yes.
And he's got to wear the prescription snorkel mask because he can't find his glasses.
Yeah.
And you just have this like tracking shot over, we're like panning, and it's like your classic like movie theater audience row shot. And then it's her, and then it's him watching the movie with the snorkel glass on, and ha ha ha. But then if this is a montage, it ends up at the Japanese restaurant for the dinner, which I think in the credits it said this was a Nobu in London. How about that?
They get to this dinner, and these guys in the room next door are like just screaming their heads off about what high profile actresses they want to violently fuck. And it's like, who in their like, and these guys are like businessmen, they're in like 30s and 40s.
Yeah.
Who acts like this? Like, and again, like
douchebags, rich,
it's
drunk
not,
douchebags.
It's not even like, oh man, did you see the new FHM with I don't even fucking, whomever, Megan Fox on it? Oh boy. It's just like, these are like high, like, it's like, oh man, who would you rather fuck, Sissy Spacek or Meryl Streep? I'd rail Sissy Spacek. It's like, I don't know, dude. She's got like an Oscar. Like, leave it alone.
Yeah, you can't be railing Oscar winners. Not on my watch.
It does seem a little weird that it's Julia Roberts, like talking about like a Playboy centerfold of Cate Blanchett that you saw or something.
Because they're like,
too high class. I guess.
They're like,
I don't know.
Anna Scott or that Meg Ryan always having orgasms. Like, are you jerking off to When Harry Met Sally?
Really?
Like
having orgasms, and it was fake, guys. It was fake. She's faking it. Oh my god,
that part is really weird because it's just like, why would this dude be referencing an almost 10-year-old movie at this point? Or actually, 10 years exactly when the movies came out. But it's a weird, like, what does he say? It's like, she's always having orgasms whenever she eats. And I'm like, it kind of sounds like you didn't see the movie. Last weekend, I was home alone. The wife took my rotten kids away for the weekend. Went to the video store. I did have a little movie marathon, little tape-a-rama there. Put on When a Man Loves a Woman, started jerking off.
I just don't understand. Oh, man. Last night I was watching Schindler's List, and that tart and Beth Davids shows up, and I got a stiffy, I did. It's like, I don't know, dude. Like, these are serious actors.
I was more hard up than everyone in the picture.
I was watching Ordinary People. And Mary Tyler Moore's so grief-stricken in that movie, I started jerking off.
Yeah, I bought the laser discs of Salo, and I couldn't jerk off. I gotta tell you, it was a real it was pretty disgusting what was happening to those boys. It was pretty disgusting.
Requiem for a Dream worked for me, though. Honestly, that Jennifer Connelly, oh boy.
It had him saying arse to arse.
Yes, exactly. I don't know a human being that would act this way, but sure. And I mean, like, yes, obviously, like, women are demeaned for their, especially actresses, high profile or otherwise, demeaned for their bodies, etc. But these gentlemen don't exist.
I would argue they 100% exist.
They do. I don't know if they exist in the same space as these people.
They do seem, I guess, maybe from a different movie. I don't know. They do have also the British slang that we got a lot of also in Love Actually, which is they keep saying that Anna's gagging for it.
We do.
She's gagging for it.
Well, deep. Like Mission Impossible 2?
Yes, exactly.
So, he's getting pissed off because they're both overhearing it and she's getting upset. So is he. And he goes over and this is where he's got to kind of not be Hugh Grant.
Yes.
But he just Hugh Grant's all over this and fucks it up, and she's got to be the fucking cleanup crew.
Yeah. One guy's got a good line. What do you wear, Dad?
I mean,
That's a good
I
one.
like that. I do like that she cleans it up. I think that's like one of the better scenes. I mean, but
I bet
also,
you guys have peanut-sized dicks. Enjoy the tuna.
yeah, that's nice. I mean,
Listen, right? I'm gonna sit here and jerk off, talk about how hot Kate Blanchett is in Notes on a Scandal. All right, that's what I'm gonna do. And my buddy over there is gonna argue it because I know he is that Judi Dench is hotter in that movie, and we're gonna go back and forth.
I was watching the movie and I was the whole time waiting for that threesome, buddy. Get Judy in there with Kate and the husband there. Oh, yeah, and just have a love fest. I was coming all over the
I
place.
took my peanut out. You know they're jerking off over getting yelled at by her.
Oh,
too.
for sure.
I'm big
They're all-
time.
Oh yeah, I bet you blimey liked my peanut, didn't you?
Oh, tell me I've got a small willy. Tell me it.
Tell me my peanut's a little bit salty.
Is blimey them or is that Australia?
I think it could go both ways.
Crikey
What,
is the translation down there, I think.
I don't know if any of that's accurate.
It's all right.
It's
Didn't they,
fine.
they owned Australia for a little bit. They could have
They
stolen
owned
that.
us. We're all products of the empire.
Yeah, so they could take a little bit.
So here you go. Holy fucking 1999 Alec Baldwin in this
Oh,
movie.
man. God.
So this is where they get back to the Ritz, I believe, and she's like, "Oh, you want to come upstairs? Give me 5 minutes. Nice little freshen up kind of thing there. 5 minutes. Maybe she's got pizza boxes all over the room too. I don't
That's
know.
true.
So he goes in.
If I'm in a hotel room for more than 2 days, dude, fucking look out.
Yep. Oh yeah. She's been here this whole time shooting a movie or whatever. I can't imagine what it would look like. That was me. We spent fucking 6 days in Los Angeles. It was a pigsty
So
in my
maybe
room.
that's why she related to him. She's like, "Oh my God, thank God your house is disgusting like how I live."
So he goes up after the 5 minutes and he knocks on the door and does an Alec Baldwin. He has arrived and she's kind of like, "Hey, you gotta go." And he's like, "Why? And she just goes, because my boyfriend's here. And it's like, "You're what?"
Yeah. Hi, I'm her boyfriend, Jeff King, actor.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I think it would have been funnier just to have him play himself.
And this is a weird time for Alec Baldwin because it's in between like his phases. He's about to come back. It's 2002 is the cooler when he is full on like thick, heavy Alec Baldwin character actor, 30 Rock, etc. This is just sort of towards the waning ends of skinny, the edge, sexy Alec Baldwin.
You're starting to see the beginnings of the thickness, though.
It's
in
coming
little
through, yes.
spaces. You're starting to see it because in this end state in Maine, you see this.
You see how we treat not just women's bodies, but when a man passes 50, suddenly, he's thickened out a bit, didn't he?
That is the only way to explain what happened to Alec Baldwin in that time. It's like his entire body just thickened. It's like you pulled the thing and he inflated.
It's gravity, alcohol, some very nice pasta dishes.
Some ragu.
Here's the thing. I like eating and drinking.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I got to tell you what. I know the dude's having some problems lately, but we've been going through 30 Rock. The dude is a fucking legend
He's
with
great.
that performance. That fucking character
great.
is hysterical. And I'm stunned how much of that show is holding up 20 years after it started.
I'll tell you this. I'll do you one better. I want more Alec Baldwin in this movie. I want him to come back.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
pretty, he's pretty funny in this scene where he's just like, "Oh, hey, buddy, what did you, you're the bellhop, huh?" And he's like, "Yeah, but I'm not wearing my uniform because I'm going." I was like, "Cool, get me an ice cold water if that's allowed in your horrible country," which is amazing.
And very accurate, man. Ice water over there, not to be found.
Really? No.
And they don't care for it when you ask about
They
it.
don't
Yeah,
make
sure.
ice there, do they?
No, they don't believe in it. It's a part of the
just
religion.
a lot of just you're drinking room temperature water, dude.
It's part of the church. They say don't do it.
Or it could be refrigerated.
What if I run the tap on cold? Is that okay? Or-
Let me ask you something though. What is with the doorknobs in the middle of the door? What is going on with that? Because I don't know how to open a door anymore.
It took me 20 minutes to enter this place. 20 minutes. I couldn't figure it out. But yeah, and he's kind of a dick, and like you want him to come back, and like, hey, he's a fun spice for this movie, and you want him to come back and get his just desserts or whatever. And
Sure. and he's gone after this.
Yeah.
You know, I will say though, the hilarity is only compounded by the fact that this is the cinematic cucking of the year.
It's so brutal.
Oh my god! Like Hugh Grant has to be at half mast knocking on that door.
Yeah.
She said 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That, you know, 5 minutes is cleaning up.
Yeah.
Oh, and she was, by the way, she was very clear. I want you to, like, she doesn't say it outright, but what she's saying is, you should come up and fuck me.
Of
Like,
course.
yeah,
Absolutely.
It's a nice little scene. They don't say it outright, but it's very clear that is that is what you mean.
I think he went into the gift shop in the Ritz lobby looking for rubbers.
You would have to. You would have to.
And even worse, and then like, you know, like Alec Baldwin like orders dinner or whatever, and he's like, yeah, I'll be right up with that, sir. He's like, oh, and can you take the trash out? And he has to, like,
dude, man.
and
that
he has
is the
to go
fucking
in their
worst.
room and
Love
take
it.
out their garbage.
Oh, and it's just a food tray and a garbage can, and this dude's erection is long dead.
Even as you're trying to keep your fucking whatever your scam going, you got to be like, oh no, so that someone else will do that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, have some
exactly.
dignity.
That's the thing, dude. Zero dignity with this character. Zero.
Well,
And
he
this
takes
is why,
the tip.
honestly, this is probably why Julia Roberts, who's a total piece of shit and doesn't talk to him again for months, should be like, is like, maybe that's why she does, like, she loses all respect for him. Like, oh wow, you took the garbage, huh? Yeesh, I didn't know he was going to be a take the garbage kind of guy.
Definitely.
Well,
Chris,
yeah.
great point about him taking the tip, but I thought what was going to happen there was like the door would close and maybe Hugh looks at whatever he gave him and he's like, that American idiot has no idea how our money works. You know, like this is a
Yes.
nothing or something like that, but it's just like takes that money.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
And that is absolutely, if you're Julia Roberts and you see that, you don't fuck either of them anymore, I would say. I mean,
Yeah.
like, I would say no to both. But, like, you know, you can't respect Hugh Grant anymore. That's for damn sure.
No. He does have a good line here, though, where she goes, the setup is something to the effect of, like, you know, I don't know what to say in a situation like this. And he goes, I think goodbye is customary.
Yeah.
A real fucking eat shit, but at the same time, not eat shit because I am taking your garbage. out.
Yeah, you can't. You're not
Again,
leaving on a high note there. You're taking their garbage.
negative 30 degrees Kelvin on the dignity scale. Absolutely.
So then now he's heartbroken again. Like, there's no thing where she sends him a letter or a call. Like, they do have telephones in England, right? Like, I know they don't have cell phones. It's like early 90s. It's 99 and they're older, so older people probably have a ton of cell phones at that point. But somebody could call somebody like, hey, listen, I'm sorry about last night, and explain. No, just like
No.
ices him from here on out.
Yeah.
Bad person.
Unlike
by
the
way.
water, she ices him.
Well, but Steve, you're being so unfair. It's not her. It's because of the terrible press.
I see.
It is what they do.
They
It's
tap her
the-
phone lines. Got it.
That is what they are the ones keeping them apart. That's
Mhm.
they are the ones
Yeah.
who create the Al Green montage where he's being sad and watching the Helix, the Fifth Element movie she's making.
Mhm.
And
I gave it a real Mission to Mars kind of vibe.
Mhm.
her hair is very Fifth. She does
Oh, yes.
the orange hair for some reason.
Yeah, you're totally right. I forgot
Um,
about that. The space suit, her walking in the spacesuit thing or whatever, kind of, I don't know why, because I was like 99, whatever. Mission to Mars was like 2000. It was just that kind of like turn of the century sci-fi vibe or whatever. But yeah, somewhere in that movie was an Academy Award winning performance that we'll never see.
Oh,
I guess.
shame.
And it wasn't Clarke Peters. That's surprising.
I don't know. I took a photo of the news article. Maybe I'll glance at it. Maybe if I can see
See.
if it won more than Best Picture.
At least just see if he got a nod. At least, is this where he is? He who refers to her as love heroine?
Yes.
I almost fucking vomited.
Yeah.
Like,
That's what he says to Spike.
ugh.
It's like it's like I had a little bit of love heroin and I can't have any more. And meanwhile, Spike is like, "We got heroin. What's going on?"
Yo, wait, hang on. You just said the magic word, brother.
And yes, she was like love heroin. Famously, it's easy to go without heroin. So
I feel
I'm
like
actually
it's-
surviving fine.
Guys, I think I should read this. It's double Helix. Anna picks up another top award. The science fiction film Helix continues to catapult Anna Scott's career into orbit. Appearing
Wow.
at yesterday's ceremony, Anna thanked her co-stars and director, but gave a particular praise to the audiences who flocked to see the picture
Oh.
worldwide. We
Mm.
took a risk, and the audiences have come with us.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anna is currently filming her new movie, an adaptation of the Henry novella, The Sledge of London.
Oh, so the so in that little article, they
Yeah.
say the Henry James movie that she's making at the end of the movie.
Yeah, starring as a
How about that?
mysterious widow aiming to invest. Okay, Bob, I guess I don't need to read it all.
But you know what? It's important. We know now. Anna Scott, all about the fans, and that's really, you know what? That hits you in the heart right there.
Oh, wait, this
Absolutely.
is
That
kind
really-
of funny because remember, she's like, "Oh, what?" Hugh Grant asked her in that presser what her next movie would be. Is there going to be horses in that? And she says a submarine. Listen to this. She then returns to America for her new submarine thriller, Black Fin.
Ooh.
The poster of which looks suspiciously like the poster for Hunt for Red October. But everyone,
It's just her with the Connery beard looking out in red.
but everyone involved says it'll be different. Actually, the fact that Sean Connery's son Jason plays the Russian submarine captain is a
Excuse me?
coincidence.
Dude, this is funnier than the
Dude,
movie.
Baldwin is mentioned. It's cut off, and it's completely cut off. But it's and the blah blah blah. It's talking about Hunt for Red October, and it mentions Baldwin
Who's
in this
playing the
article.
Baldwin role.
That's
Dude, okay,
hilarious.
first of all, I'm shocked that they wrote this much of it out and it didn't after one sentence turn into like lorem ipsum sum
Yes, yeah,
like
yeah,
fake text language. That's
I'm
impressive.
surprised too.
Some set decorator had to write that out. Not too shabby.
But so this is
yeah.
the dating montage, right? Because his buddies
Indeed.
are sad that he is so sad, and they put him on a dating montage, which is mixed results, I guess. I don't know.
Guys, if I'm ever single again, just move. If you know an Emily Mortimer, move her to the front of the list.
Yeah, I agree.
Why that wasn't, dude, thank you. Why are we going through drunk lady that's friends with the one guy from work or whatever, who she comes in and she just goes like, "Oh, nice to meet you. Let's get sloshed." And
Yes.
you're just like, okay.
Oh,
And-
Andrew, I will tell you exactly why they did this, because somebody read a fucking stupid script writing book and they're like, rule of three,
Yeah.
you got to do the sloshed one, the stupid vegetarian, and then the good one,
Fruitarian, by the way.
Yeah.
the fruitarian.
Cooking is cruel, and yes, those carrots were murdered.
Is it,
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
my, those poor carrots. Guess I won't be banging you later.
yeah, what does she say? She only eats things that fall off trees or bushes.
Yeah.
Or we're dead already. Well, like if you don't think about the process of how meat or whatever happens, technically that's in the back. It's dead already.
Yeah, that's dead already. So, like, if she comes across roadkill, you're saying like, "Oh, it's
Yes.
dead already."
I think so. I think she
Get
would
munching.
She would eat roadkill. Yeah,
Fruitarianism, real thing, by the way.
put it in a
FYI.
pudding.
Is that right?
Mhm.
Really?
Is the film's definition accurate?
Diet consists containing fruits, nuts, and seeds, but without any animal products. Okay, so that's different.
All right. Well,
but
I'd like to apologize to the fruitarians
Well,
listening. I was not
fruit,
aware of it.
Nuts, seeds, anything that's not from an animal. Isn't that just veganism? What's the difference?
I guess it's like maybe like not even some. You're not even doing like fake cheeses and stuff. It's just literally just fruits.
Oh,
nuts, and
yeah, no
cheese.
thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, no thanks. Yeah, and then Emily Mortimer, literally credited as perfect girl in this movie. They appear to have a really good time. See you again, kind of like really sort of sets up.
Yes.
There's going to be a thing later in this movie where it's like they're kind of getting along and getting on in some kind of a relationship, and then the big celebrity comes back into the picture for, if you will entertain this notion, gentlemen,
Yes.
any kind of conflict whatsoever.
Well,
I mean, because you were expecting that. I'm sorry, Steve, but like you were expecting a Sleepless in Seattle kind of conflict,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Like he's about to get laid with Emily Mortimer, and she calls him back.
Yeah.
and it ruins it. And they were just about, but like now he's like, she is perfect, but she's not heroin, so fuck it.
Okay.
But I will say Chris, first of all, you're not forgiven. Second of
Damn
all,
you.
no, but the original script, the character of Honey, his sister, was supposed to just be a girl in his friend group that worked at a record store across the way that he actually would reject Julia Roberts for at the end. Basically, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna get hurt by you again. I have my friend here who has always had feelings for me, yada yada yada. And now
my friend here, and I have dignity on my side.
Exactly.
Good day, celebrity. I am dating this young shopkeep here.
So wait, that's what is that, Pretty in Pink, or is that some kind of wonderful?
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's one. I forget which one it is.
It's some kind of wonderful. Sounds more like Some Kind of Wonderful to me.
Because that would also, I would be more heartened by that outcome. Like, if she's just a character, like if Julia Roberts is just a character, like that's fine. But the fact that they do like harp on that, these two are supposed to be together, like for serious.
It does sort of make it, that would be better, right? Because it's like, oh, there was that weird time in my life where I had like this, what I thought to be like a dream girl scenario.
Yes.
Who could resist a, grade A celebrity kind of a thing? And then it's like, oh, but my friend right here the whole time is the one I should have been.
Oddly enough, she kept treating me like shit.
I didn't pick up on it. Maybe this is just me because this movie really does test my patience. But do you get any real setup of the fact that the sister and Spike are like?
No.
I was gonna say, like, I was like, what the fuck? What is this? Just like a cute thing?
It was the two trash side characters. They're like, put them together.
Exactly. They're gonna get married. Who cares?
That's how the edit works out. You're totally right. So because that's how the edit works out, that's how the movie works out. But there is one moment where I think we're glimpsing into the longer cut deleted scene situation. It's where a little later on in the movie from here, the sister, Honey, runs into the bookstore with Rhys Ifans' Spike character. And they don't explain why they're together.
Yes.
And she's like, oh, look, I got you her agent's number in London and her other agent's number in New York. Thanks a lot. Talk to you later. And she and Rhys Ifans both run out of the bookstore together.
Yes.
And that's the only time you see them. And then it's the end where it's like, who you getting married to? You. And it's like, okay, but like clearly
they've been fucking.
There's more movie there, man.
Yeah. They've at least been hey Jaying.
It's just like the effort to chop this shit down to get it to an acceptable like audience and theatrical running time. It's just so haphazard and sloppy that these things are left in the movie and you're just like, well, there was clearly more of that. You're not covering up that you deleted shit out of this movie.
It feels rushed.
It does. At this point, honest, I don't want it to be longer because, Steve, your time is precious. You don't want to wait.
Thank
wait
you.
around to another 20 minutes or whatever. But I think they should have just made this movie a little longer if they were going to try. If they're doing this,
but it's not even that though, Eric, because it's because the thing of it is, it's yes, the story beats do suffer because each scene is so incredibly long because there's so many long pauses and again the deafening sounds of silence. There's so much of like because we want to have this awkward staccato like, so is there everything all right with you? Beat.
Yeah,
I suppose so. Beat. You know what I mean? Like that's how these scenes run, as opposed to like something snappier. You can get some more fucking story beats in.
Because they don't like you don't get enough time with them together to even get like what they love about each other, other than they're both attractive. Well, like it's supposed to be. It's like all brief encounter shit, but you never see who they really are. You're just like waiting and waiting.
Because he's having a horrible time, and then he's walking past. He's going back to his house, and he walks past a newsstand that has some like Anna Scott nudie scandal, and it's like, what the fuck what could that be? And this is when she comes back into the movie, and she's like, "Hey, remember how I totally fucked you before? Now I'm in trouble. Help me out." And he's like, "Oh, but of course. Oh, but of course."
And next thing you know, she comes crawling back to his apartment, and she's talking about, it was before I was famous. I was broke. it was a photo shoot.
Yes.
But someone had a camera on. And I didn't know that. And all I could think about in this moment, is this a reference to the Cameron Diaz thing?
I suppose.
Well, I don't know the Cameron Diaz thing.
I'm not familiar.
I don't know if I'm going to remember it exactly right, but she did some sort of like bondage photo shoot thing. And then like later on, like it was before she was famous and before she was even like doing like more legit modeling or whatever, before that whole thing happened.
Okay, well,
and then like it came out later, like someone was filming part of it, and it was like
it looked more porny than
Cameron Diaz in this blah blah blah. I thought that was maybe what we're referencing here, but I don't know when that scandal actually blew up because she really I mean, The Mask was like 93, I guess.
Yeah.
And then, but it wasn't until like, what, Something About Mary in 98?
Which is a year before this, yeah.
Right. Well, I'm not going to Google that because I respect her, but I will Google Hugh Grant penis, which came up empty.
That feels like a crime. There should be at least one Hugh Grant penis photo.
Isn't it
I feel.
crazy?
It is kind of crazy.
I'm pretty surprised, dude.
I went to all
I
these
am
naked
surprised.
men websites and I found nothing but other guys.
This whole scene though is very important because we really get a window into these people. We find out that he likes Henry James, she likes Chagall. That's about it.
That's kind of about it.
That's kind of about it. They're reading the script on the roof, and I guess this is supposed to be like charming. This is supposed to be like what you came here for. I guess is like them gabbing between each other, and then eventually fucking and talking about the Gilda scene.
Right before he's helping her with these lines, there's another real shitty line in here where she's basically like, because she tells him like, oh, I broke up with Alec Baldwin, blah blah blah. She has some line about like, yeah, I don't know that we could be together. Basically, like, I don't know if we could date one another because I don't have good luck with normies.
Yeah.
Like I can only, and I think she's sort of like concerned about like they can never take the high level of celebrity, whatever. So I only have to date people that are as used to that kind of a way of existing as I am, I guess.
Yeah,
Sure.
I mean, we get the one exchange that suggests like some knowledge of the industry is the stunt bottom conversation.
Right.
Stunt bottom. Stunt bottom.
Mel does his own.
Which
We
we
should
go on and use in Love Actually and have stunt bottoms be characters.
That's
yeah,
interesting. Because we have stunt bottoms, and it's like, oh, does Mel Gibson use a stunt bottom? It's like, no, he doesn't have to. He has a great ass. And then like they're eating ice cream.
Delicious.
And it's just like there's something. So I was like, would you like to lick it? And she goes, what, Mel Gibson's ass? And I'm like,
Yes, we're talking about eating Mel
Yeah, yeah.
Gibson's ass in this movie.
Yeah. This is great. This is what I want. I want more of this.
What's in that sand?
Talk about a rocky road, dude.
So you live on the beach like Riggs? Yeah. Oh boy. Oh, that's a lot of. Oh boy.
Yes.
every day I think about eating a bullet, but then Julia Roberts eats my ass.
That could stop me from doing it too.
Yeah, seriously. Then buy me another week. So time for Sleepy Bye here, and he's sleeping down on the fold out. Now, he at one point at the beginning of this movie says, well, I guess if it's all right, it's a house, it's a 2-bedroom house. Rhys Ifans has one, she's taking the other. All right, so
Sure, yeah.
it does make sense. He's on the sofa. Rhys Ifans comes down, and it's kind of like he's thinking it's her, and he's very excited,
Yes.
and then it's it's Spike, blah blah blah, and it's a great. I mean, again, any scene with Rhys Ifans is one of the better scenes in the movie, and this is like, hey, you got a girl upstairs. Did you try for anything? And Hugh Grant's like, she's in trouble. I'm just helping her out, blah blah blah. And he's like, oh right, got it. Yeah, it wouldn't be appropriate. You mind if I have a go?
Yes.
Like, come on.
I love him.
Yeah.
She does sneak down, dude, and gets told to sod off.
I guess I will leave, but no. Then they start fucking, which we don't see, which is fine. No, we don't need a sex scene.
No.
We do get the breasts in bed in the morning dialogue of what is it with men and breasts? Oh, let me take another look and see if I could figure it out.
What is it with men and breasts?
Yeah.
And now you do have to tell me, is my ass better than Mel's? Which tastes better?
Is it fuzzy? Is it fuzzy like his?
Oh, that's right. That is her
Yes.
response. Yeah. Oh, it's a little fuzzy. Oh, Mel Gibson's peachy ass.
Just getting in there, dude.
The Hugh Grant thing is oddly prescient here when he says, oh, well, men can have breasts too. That Meatloaf has some nice breasts.
Yes.
And 4 months later, Fight Club came out.
Yeah, not too far.
That's true. Wow. That's
Bob and
crazy.
his bitch tits.
I was just making
dude.
fun of his fat man tits, but apparently that's in a film.
You see an aging man, you get towards 50. You see what they call you? They talk about
Exactly.
your tits, all right?
Please let us fight here, Lou. Please let us keep this place.
Someone
Sounds like
just
he
watched
needs-
Fight Club.
Yes, sir.
I knew it.
Great movie.
Great movie.
Awkwardly here, like after the really the first sexual encounter, possibly barring that mysterious Hey Jay in the park. Jury's still out on that. But she says, "Can I stay a bit longer?" And this dude throws it right out there, huh? Stay forever. He says,
Oh, yeah.
forever.
Of course.
Door locks.
So then it's like, oh, let me just. Oh, there's a ring at the doorbell. Hugh Grant putting his shirt on to answer it, and when you know it's all of the press of the world, he closes the door. And he can't be this befuddled. When she goes to the door, you have to grab her and be like, "No, listen."
No.
Because he's like, "Oh, you don't really want to do that." She's like, "Are you playing it?"
Anna,
No, like the press is out there. It's the last thing you want. I know that that's gonna bother you, but then the press gets her, and like she gets really upset about it.
They get a bunch too.
Yeah.
It's like a wall of flashbulbs, essentially.
Trailer moment, of course. This is Rhys Ifans. Is also he does a better job telling Rhys Ifans not to open the door
He
than
does,
Julia Roberts. And like, Rhys goes out there, and this is, of course, he's in his underwear and he does the flexing shit. It is fucking hilarious though. And then like the door closes and you see that he's been like thinking about why he would do it. And he's like, "Oh yeah, like you looked good. Underwear looked good. All
buttocks.
these ladies are gonna see this."
Yeah, I mean, you watch this and you're like, man, I would watch a movie with just Rhys Ifans. And the problem is with that, they made that movie. It's called Danny Deckchair, and it's awful.
Yeah,
they did it, and it sucks. So don't say that.
I don't think I've seen that. But what's cool about this is now the press could be like, Anna Scott in a massive orgy house, 2 men in their wee knickers coming out.
That's a good call, dude, because I remember thinking it yesterday watching this, like, why isn't she also concerned that Rhys Ifans opened the door? There needs to be a line like, now they're going to think I'm in some weird 3-way situation.
Look, she's betting this dodgy freak. Look at him.
Well, I haven't seen a bigger indictment of the British door system.
Thank you.
Than not having a peephole and like whatever you put the fucking door handle wherever you like. Put a peephole in there so you can look outside and be like, "Oh, there's a wall of fucking cameras outside my door."
Chris fancies peeping.
I do. If it's peeping outside my door, I do. I'm pro peep.
Everybody,
also
take a look at this Danny Deckchair post. Take a peek at this Danny Deckchair poster with Miranda Otto creepily inside the balloons on it.
She looks like the fucking sun in Teletubbies.
Wait, this is about a guy who turns a woman into a balloon creature of some kind?
Yes.
It is not that, but you wish it would. That would be a better movie.
He's got a bunch of balloons tied to a chair, and he becomes like famous or something because that
he floats around.
The idea
he floats around, and people are like, "Oh my god, it's the floating guy."
He's playing an Australian in that movie too. I think.
Crikey.
Indeed, dude. Crikey, indeed. But yeah, so she's pissed off here, and she's pretty fucking brutal to this guy. She's like, "Oh, I bet you anything you and your scumbag friend fucking sold this information to the press to make a quick buck, blah blah blah."
And she says, "Oh, by the way," and it was a very funny line. She's like, "Newspapers last forever," which is a hilarious thing to say in 2023. This every time I ever make it, anytime they ever write about me, they will write about this as well. These pictures will last forever, and I will regret this.
Well,
meaning their affair forever, and like. That's pretty fucked up. And I mean, like, again, I get it. She's very upset. I side with her a bit here,
Steve. Yes,
but she never comes back again and calls the dude next day.
I just read a fucking article that came out after that doesn't mention it.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
Yeah, I guess that's actually true. The other thing too, it is kind of funny, is not only are they selling her whereabouts to the press for money or whatever, also to push his failing bookstore, which is great.
Oh yes,
like boost sales for your shitty bookstore or whatever she says. So it's like, "Oh man, you were hitting this guy all over the place where it hurts."
I would believe it, because what else is keeping that thing afloat? The fuck.
But yeah, she walks out into the sea of press. Her manager and the other security guard guy or whatever both come and kind of pick her up, and Spike is like, "Hey, I may have told some of the fellas around the pub the situation, but you at least know it's not like he doesn't say like, this dude gave me 50 quid and I told nothing like that. It's just like, I'm an idiot and I was telling my idiot friends at the pub that she was here." But another great music montage here. Bill Withers, Ain't No Sunshine.
Of course,
And
yeah.
he's walking around the titular Notting Hill, and the seasons are changing. We see Honey get in and out of a bad relationship, it looks like, for a minute.
You see the pregnant lady like at the start of it, and then at the end of the season, she's carrying the little baby. I will say what I like about this shot, the only computer stuff we're using is to transition between the seasons, and it's a lot of like someone walked in front of the camera and now we're doing a secret cut and now it's the next thing. But all of it is actually on the street in Notting Hill, and we're actually doing some movie magic set decorating. We're doing fake winter, all that shit. And honestly, I appreciated that. I liked looking at the craft of like, now we've built a set for winter and he walks through it. Now it's a set for summer, and you see him take his jacket off. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What's very jarring is I think again here do you again here see the Beavis and Butt-head stained glass window that's being sold?
Possibly.
I forget. Yeah, they might go back to it.
It's unsettling. I can't look at that thing.
Is no one?
And I like Beavis and Butt-head.
No one's buying it. Come on,
That's actually pretty
collector's item.
And this is where Honey comes in and says the thing about now I got her agent's number. Now you can call her you ring her anytime you'd like.
I got you a new dealer. Ooh, you want your love heroin back?
Do you think, by the way, I meant to ask this when we were talking about the love heroin thing. Do you think the line was actually like, I find myself chasing the love dragon or something, and they were like, no one's gonna understand what chasing the dragon means, so you just have to say love heroin.
And is there that implies the existence of a love methadone? I guess.
I jerk it off, dude.
I found myself every day passing out in a love den where women would just make me smoke love, and I'd take hot coals and put it on the love.
Start a love den, love den.
Now I'm just thinking about a methadone clinic, but it's a room that, well, I guess it's a goon cave, but like they're official, like state sponsored, and like people are like, I don't like those men lining up in the morning to go in there.
To go in there and jerk off before they go to work.
Yes.
The goon stalls. They have goon stalls all over the UK.
Oh yeah.
This is the truly brutal, our friend's restaurant is closing and we're having a toast about it. And it's like, dude lost his restaurant. Bernie has lost his job at this point.
Which is kind of funny because
it's pretty,
he's supposed to be a bad stockbroker. He's a terrible stockbroker. So it made sense. It's funny.
And then this is Honey says she got engaged, to somebody, and they're all happy for her or whatever. And then she turns to Rhys Ifans and it's like, by the way, it's you. And he's like, groovy. And again, it's a sweet little moment because, screenplays do this. The two crazies are getting together. Love finds everybody. But it's just deleted scene nonsense at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy. It's like different ideas of how this could have ended. And they're like, why don't we use them all?
Yes.
To get us to the 2-hour mark, why don't we use every ending we thought of and just, see if one of them likes it. It is like Return of the King. I'm sorry. It's just like, just pick a fucking ending and stick it. Like, I guess this is supposed to be like that feeling of like, will they, won't they? But I'm like, this isn't like a TV show. Like,
no,
I don't go from episode to episode with this thing. I just want one straight line. So fucking end it already.
Well, we got to take some time to acknowledge Helix has won the Oscar now.
Of course.
And then there's word that she's filming a new picture up on Hampstead Heath.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. And it was crazy because a bunch of us just watched The Promised Land where they're saying Heath all over it. Now I'm hearing Heath in this movie. It's like Harry Dean Stanton with a plate of shrimp from Repo Man.
It's exactly like that. The film that it's the Henry James or whatever, James Henry. What
Henry James.
Yes. Two first names creep me out. Anyway, but earlier I read that article and I said the Sleege of London, and I think because it looked like an L because it was angled. The TV photo was angled.
Mm-hmm. Oh, sure.
And I thought, hey, Sleege. I don't know. Maybe they're saying it every day over there, but no, it was the Siege of London.
Yeah,
that makes much more sense.
It does, doesn't it?
And it's a big old period piece in a nice old house. He shows up to say hi to her, and at first, like you think he's just gonna get tossed away, but she sees him. She's like, "Oh, hey, cool. Yeah, yet again, you're on my time as always. Although he showed up at her job. But she's like, listen,
yeah, you showed up with a job. You're in the middle of a shoot.
She's like, yeah, we're running late. It's kind of a bad day. Why don't you just wait for me and you can just hang out at the set? He's like, cool. Some guy's like, hey, you want to hear how they're talking? And he's like, sure.
You want to hear what their words sound like?
These are my headphones. Put them on.
Is you the Brit that was sleeping with the lady? Of course you can listen to the lady. You were sleeping with the lady. Oh, do you see who the guy is? This is the guy.
It should be mentioned also that there is some significance to her shooting a Henry James thing with relation to him, because when they're reading the script for the submarine movie, you know, he's like, oh, it's compelling. It's not Henry James, but it's compelling. And she says, oh, do you think I should do a Henry James adaptation? And he says yes. So here she is. Uh-oh, it's a Henry James adaptation. Oh, maybe she does love me. Oh, what's that? She's talking shit about me to a co-star? Oh, bugger again.
Oh, no,
Brutal.
no.
This is, dude, it is just a massive kick in the nuts. The dude is like, hey, who's that guy you were just talking to? And she's like, I don't know, some friend. Really, I don't even know what he's doing here.
It's a real awkward situation. Yes, exactly. Which also, like, her excuse at the end does not make sense. Because later, so he storms off, and rightfully so.
Yep.
And then she comes back to his bookstore, and she's got this big present for him. And
Big scene.
This is the big scene. And he's like, well, why did you tell me to go? She's like, well, I didn't want to tell, you know, the world's most least discreet co-star what was going on. Sure. She's like, oh, no, it's just a buddy of mine from college. I was like, oh, that fucking pig. I don't know. He's here to jerk off to me again. This loser. I think he's stalking me.
What you're saying here answers the question of why, I mean, other than, you know, he's a handsome guy and it's a movie, but why indeed it's Hugh Grant in this situation, because so much of this is Hugh Grant getting close to her physically in public. And I feel like if you got, I don't know, Captain Lou Albano in this role, that dude is getting tackled by security at every turn. Like, Hugh Grant shows up to this closed set and there's a security guard here, and the guy is just very politely like, oh, I'm sorry, like you're not on the list or whatever, like I can't let you back here. If it's Captain Lou Albano or dudes of his ilk, like if a fucking podcaster's in love with her, that dude is getting tackled in every scene.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Taser.
Swarm.
The bobbies will come with their billies and smack you.
That's exactly right. Yes. Like the innocence even of like a David Krumholtz. Krumholtz is getting tackled time and again.
No teeth left in his head.
No, sir.
So, you know, she goes back, she gives it turns out to be the Chagall painting, we find out. It's, again, we are just like fucking killing time. And this is the thing, this movie didn't need to be longer. This movie needed to delete different things from it.
Exactly.
This is like, you know, they're about to have the moment here, whatever, and the fucking mother calls, and then like you just have this long slog where Jules is just talking to the other shopkeep co-worker, and the joke is that guy thinks she's Demi Moore, and we're talking about fucking Ghost and working with Patrick Swayze, and I'm like, the movie is so close to completing.
Thank you.
What are we doing?
Yeah. It's because don't you want some laughy laughs? Would you like a chuckle while we're trying to get through the movie?
No, I want to get through the movie so I can put something else on so I can start chuckling.
Of course, you would wish that, but like it's a phone call from his mother, and she's complaining. So there's all this. It's so. It's the big. I'm just a girl, fucking asking a boy, like the whole thing.
I'm just a girl standing in front of a boy, asking him to love her.
Now. That's a fine. I think it's
a good line.
She delivers it great. She does the scene very well. She's whispering still, but whatever. I'm dealing with it. It's fine. What I don't like is that they're like the next scene is him like showing off the Chagall and then be like, boy, she said this line. It was just it's the best line of the movie.
Dude,
you all have to hear the line. She said it was like Richard Curtis had written this line. I have to tell you, it was one of the best lines I ever heard.
It's so incredible because like Richard Curtis has his whole cast jerk off to his own dialogue, and it was what a great line. Oh, what a great line. Oh, what a great line.
Oh God,
if that line was in a movie, I would suck that screenwriter off. I would. I'm talking golf ball through a garden hose. Suck that guy off. What a line.
There's 5 easy pieces in this scene after they're done is Jack Nicholson like, and I told her, put the chicken between her knees. It's the greatest line I ever had. I never have a comeback like that. It was so good. I love that line. I can't believe I said that. Isn't this natural? Us just talking about the dialogue like that. Just me and you just talking about this.
It's very weird.
Having a chew, talking about it.
Chewing some food at this failed restaurant. Dude, we are back at this failed restaurant, really rubbing it in with this guy. And again, I feel like in the larger scope of the movie, in the longer cut or whatever, this dude's restaurant was their hangout.
Yes.
Because otherwise, why would you go to the same dead restaurant and your friend who's trying to pack up the pieces of his shattered life? And you're just let's go in here to fucking chit chat more about this Chagall painting and the best line in the movie. It has to be because that is their deleted scene hangout for this movie.
Oh my God. I mean, I can imagine that Hugh Grant wants to go there to see the future of his life, which is an empty shop and being closed up.
This is what it looks like when you go out of business.
It is very fortunate that all of his friends are losers with nothing to do.
Yes. Hugh Bonneville gets fired. I'm not sure we brought that up.
I think we did, yeah.
And loser thing.
It's this, the smell of failure. Better get used to this.
And of course, he's like, oh, I beefed it, didn't I? Oh, yeah. We should end the movie with me having sex with Julia Roberts.
All their friends are like, no, you did the right thing and stuff. And then Spike comes in and he's like, you daft, what was it? Not wanker. Daft, is it prick?
Prick? Yeah, daft prick.
I think maybe daft prick. And then everybody's like, yeah, Spike's right. We were just lying to make you feel better.
And I guarantee you, some executive somewhere was like, can we break up the funeral and put on Give Me Some Lovin'? Is it possible that we can have a little bit of fucking fun with it? Because it's so incongruous with the rest of the movie that give me some lovin'.
Yeah.
And everyone's just running around, and now we're having a fun race to the car situation.
Right. It's that typical kind of ending where it's like, oh, we're going to race to the airport, but it turns out not the airport. She's going to go there soon. No, we might have to. First, we go back to the hotel. He fucking kisses this guy after he says that she's going to be at the Savoy Hotel doing a press conference.
I love this guy working at the desk because the way in which he throws out all the helpful information, all I could think about was that joke in Wayne's World with Chris Farley where it's like, wow, that security guard sure wasn't helpful. Really informative.
I do like that they end it the whole movie is the press are the most horrible people in the world.
Yes.
And you have to go to the belly of the beast,
right.
the press conference,
Chris,
where you become the beast. You are the beast.
The enemy of the people, right?
Yes,
this
of course.
press conference, which is to announce she's taking a break from making movies, which doesn't make any sense.
No, not at all.
What are you're promoting that you're not working? You know what actors do then? They don't work, and then they don't have to talk to the fucking press. They just that's what taking time is. You know
That's
what I
the
mean?
Gene Hackman method.
Exactly. You just don't work for 2 or 3 years.
This feels like a very old-fashioned.
Yes.
A celebrity would make this announcement in the 1940s or something.
Yes,
you know what
exactly.
I mean? It seems like something right out of Singing in the Rain. It's just the wrong period for actors to do this. I mean, you're right. Someone's sending, it's 99, so maybe some emails, a fax is going around.
Yes.
There's a press release that's taking a break, and that's the end of it. But I feel in this moment, she's giving this press conference, I'm like, is Gene Kelly going to come out at some point? What are we doing?
That's a great point, Andrew, because that's a lot of this movie does feel I said Brief Encounter, but there's 100 movies like this, that just lean on it and be assume yes, these two are going to be together. We just have to find out how to get there. And I would have, I guess, been more accepting of that kind of throwback feeling if this movie was stylized in any way.
Sure.
But it's not. It's at all. It's just shot like a normal movie. Like a Richard Curtis movie. It looks fine, but it doesn't have anything going for it. Certainly does not call back the golden age of Hollywood or anything like that. But yeah, he goes there and she's like, I just won the Oscar, I'm going to leave forever. And then he in his pink shirt, what if you're the manager, you know all these people, right? So you wouldn't call on Oh, random guy. Yes, of course, random
Well,
guy.
the joke should be, right? The joke is the guy recognizes, because it's the same dude.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
the guy recognizes him from the last junket, and he just goes, "Oh yes, the man again from Horse and Hound magazine."
Yeah.
Like that's what the joke should have been.
Yes.
You spend so much time talking about Horse and Hound like it's the funniest thing. You have to bring that back up right here. The gentleman from Horse and Hound. The last question. Go ahead, sir.
And no, but it's him. He has to bring up the Horse and Hound thing. It's not even the manager. So he's like, do you think maybe if a person who had a failing traveling book store said, I want to actually marry a billionaire, would you say yes to him doing that? And of course she said yes. Of course,
What if he told you he'd been a daft prick?
Of course.
And what if he got on his hands and knees and apologized? It's like, which he does not do.
Nope.
And then she allows him. A guy before is like, "Oh, how long are you staying in Britain?" And she goes, "I'm leaving right now." She's like, "Actually, Tom, could you re-ask your question?" She's like, "Well, how long are you staying in Britain?" "Indefinitely." And I'm like, "Cool." Yes. And I'm like, "Oh, cool. Here come the credits." No, they don't. Here's a 20-minute montage of what their relationship would look like.
I can't believe it. I can't believe
They
it,
get
dude.
married. They're going around.
Hey, you end the movie. It's over.
It's incredible.
Oh,
There
man.
is a good gag here where, because Rhys Ifans at one point when they get stuck in traffic has jumped. This guy's putting his life on the line so this relationship can happen. He's running in front of cars, stopping traffic so they can keep going. So the joke is he's caught up and he gets to the hotel and he runs in and it's something like, "What did I miss?" And he's like out of breath and totally sweating. It's pretty great.
But
Yeah, there's the wedding.
Oh, of course.
The wedding. We're walking around. We're in various different parks. There's just so much. I mean, look,
They attend a premiere together.
Yes.
That's, a big thing.
This is all that this is the 3 hours, folks. This is what it was supposed to be, I suppose.
And then we end. They have now found their own little private park. Do you notice these poor people in the park trying to just do some Tai Chi on this beautiful London morning? And these little turd children are running through their little workout setup. Where are the parents?
I was afraid it was gonna be one of their kids. By the way, so like they're on the bench from the earlier part of the movie, and Hugh Grant is reading, and she is pulling a putty, which is just like, so do you want a magazine? Or nope.
No.
You're just gonna stare into space? Yeah, that's right. Because she's just staring into nothing while he is reading. That would unsettle me so much. I'd be like, "Do you want me to bring a book for you? I got something else. Are you good?
Perhaps a travel book." Oh,
No, I'm just gonna stare into space.
Of course.
With child.
Yes.
Oh, is she pregnant? I missed.
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. She's
Yes,
pregnant.
she's sitting there. I mean, so I think that's kind of what takes the attention off of it. I mean, if you notice the belly bump, it's like, oh, she's just kind of like sitting quietly.
Pregnant people need to be entertained as well. I don't know, man. Just get a fucking magazine on the way.
She's watching those fucking turd kids ruin the Tai Chi class.
I see.
Oh, why does our baby look a lot like that devil Jeff King?
That devil.
The Alec Baldwin looking chap who also exists in this world because he was mentioned in the article
Oh,
about
right.
Blackfin, your submarine picture.
Why does my son have a very hairy chest? Why does my baby have a
He's
hairy
a boss
chest?
baby. He's
Telling
me what to do around the house.
He keeps telling me to suck it. Why must I suck it?
Our baby's first words were, "Here's the thing."
What is the human centipede anyway?
Why does he keep on putting Tom Six movies on?
Well, Father, I keep putting them on because Tom Six is a visionary genius. The director of the Human Centipede will be joining us for the hour here on WNYC. Yes.
Oh, he's playing podcast. Isn't that nice?
But that is the end of this movie here. We go to credits. And that's the end of it. That is the end of it. Yes, a lot of Elvis Costello to take us out, of course. But yeah, hyper successful movie, man. Like I said,
Huge smash.
363 mil, almost 364 mil worldwide. Unbelievable. Go around the horn here, though. Final thoughts, Eric Sisko?
I see what people, I guess, like about it because it hits those certain beats. It's I'm not gonna, we just went through it there. It would be nice for music or whatever. So it's not necessarily the best made movie, but for a rom-com, it kind of gets where you need to be. I don't personally envision seeing myself ever watching again. I watched it for the first time yesterday. So it's certainly a movie.
Steve Sadak.
Yeah, it's not for me. Like I said, it's really slow. I find the lack of score kind of oppressive. I find kind of just like I don't think they have great chemistry. I think that her character is written really poorly, where she just comes off like, what about finding out, like, what was it like before she became an actress? Was she like, you know what I mean? Was she a tomboy? Was she a beauty queen? Was she anything? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
let's get in there and
Well-
figure out who this character is before we start just everything.
Diet since 19.
Sure, that's what I need.
You got it.
Sure. Uh-huh.
But yeah, whatever. It's not for me. No. I can see people liking it. I don't care for this film.
Chris Cabin.
Oh yeah, it sucks. Everything seems. I mean, like, yeah, she's not really a character. Like I wish she was, but like she's not. And there are moments when you're about to have those conversations in the movie, and they're like, "Hey, what happens if we listen to these four guys talking about boning her?" Because there are like scenes like that where she's like, "Let's talk about your divorce. Let's like have a conversation like people who are in love would do." And it never happens. It's just all very like, it's just love. It's just love. And like, I don't even get Eric just said like, it's just a normal rom-com. I'm missing the romance and the comedy from this rom-com.
You got to be British or something.
I guess, but like, I don't think so. I think it's just bad. And that's, I guess, where I'm getting at. It's just bad.
I think
And
you're right.
I don't want it.
She's not a character.
No, I wish he was. I really do. But like, it's just neither. Like, he's got a little bit more going on, but like, she's just got the celebrity thing, and that's it. So yeah, I would say don't watch this movie. I don't know if I guess I do. I guess I do prefer 9 months to this. I don't know why, but I think I do. It's it's messier, at least. I think I laughed at that movie once, so maybe I have to give it to that. But anyway. Both of these were terrible movies, but yes.
Yeah, I think I like this movie a little more than you guys do. I don't think it's great. It is too long. I think as far as like of these movies, it's kind of leaning on the better side, but like it's the edit is what kills this. I feel like there's other shit in there, possibly even learning more about her, that's just cut out, and it's a really bad job. And I think like you just need to consider when you're going to shoot these like big scripts and shit, like maybe we shouldn't shoot this all. Maybe this script should be kind of pared down before we get into production, and in the writing phase, we can make sure that things still make sense and people feel like characters, and not make a big 3-hour thing and then have to cut so much out of it they kind of feel like little shadows of, real characters. I will say though, the 9 months thing, I don't know, Chris, because just any kind of like baby comedy, you're losing me a little bit more. This movie is baby free, so I'll give it that. I will also say, if you want a more updated Julia Roberts rom-com that I thought was actually pretty entertaining, and the two leads 100% have chemistry together, from 2 years ago, Ticket to Paradise, her and Clooney. It's a pretty funny movie, and it's under 2 hours.
It's funny because I think they're going to Indonesia in that, right?
Somewhere. Yeah, I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure, because I was like,
yeah, they go to Bali.
Yeah, I was like,
what it is.
when are the guys from The Act of Killing going to show up and just have at these people? Just have at it.
This wasn't in the travel book.
That is going to do it for this episode of We Hate Movies. As always, folks, if you want more We Hate Movies, check out patreon.com/We Hate Movies, where this month on We Love Movies, we got an episode all about David Lynch's Dune.
Hell yeah.
From 1984. That's going on. We got a real sad ass Kathy Valentine's Day special for AD. Is that right, Steve?
That is correct. We still haven't watched that yet, but I guarantee it's going to be grim.
Ack.
Real head in the oven shit with a Kathy Valentine's Day special. Eric, who are we talking about on the Gleep Glossary
We
this
are
month?
talking about the gruesome twosome, Cabe and Moptak.
Ooh.
I might be saying it wrong, but hold on to your britches. Join us on the Gleep Glossary, and I'll make sure to bone up on how to say it by then.
And last week in the WHMU, of course, Chris Cabin, we released the latest Once in a Lifetime, which was what?
Is The Walls Are Watching, in which we get a hider in the house. Not so much hiding. I'm going to say that. Not enough hiding. I wish there were more.
Terrorizer in the house.
A terrorizer in the house. There you go.
Sure,
Perfect.
sure.
There we go. That's yes. It's a hell of a movie. You got to see this thing.
We also, by the way, this Monday on Screen Live, you want to tune in at noon on YouTube. You always want to tune in because they're great. But this Monday specifically, we will be revealing the March lineup for Listener Request Month. So that's going to be really exciting.
Yes, hell yeah.
That's right.
The whole drawing. We're not just going to be saying
Oh, no, yeah.
stuff.
We're going to be pulling shit out of hats and stuff.
Yeah.
So we'll be learning in real time with you all this coming Monday.
Don't miss it. Subscribe to that channel, youtube.com/WeHateMovies. Do it. You're missing out on some additional fun stuff.
Absolutely. And if you would prefer listening to this show, We Hate Movies, without any of those pesky commercial interruptions, you can check out ad-free WHM on the Patreon as well at the $8 level and up. It's the same exact episode minus all the ads. So if that's your bag, patreon.com/WeHateMovies. Now here on the main feed, Steve, on We Hate Movies, the show continues next Tuesday. We got an all-new WHM talking about what?
We like to tie into the We Love Movies episode. And, so we're not doing a David Lynch movie on this feed because the guy only makes bangers. We do have a Patrick Stewart appearance as Gurney Halleck in that film. So we are doing Safe House from 1998.
This is one for us, folks.
Yeah.
This is one for us.
You got
Yes, exactly.
But it'll be for all of us. If you watch along with the show, I think it's streaming everywhere, Tubi, etc.
Yes.
Check it out. It is a hilarious movie of Patrick Stewart losing his mind.
It's pretty great. He plays like an ex-CIA operative or something that has dementia, and Kimberly
From Father of the
Williams
Bride.
Paisley.
Yes,
from Father of the Bride is like the agent assigned to him. We have been laughing about this movie since probably like 2005.
Yes.
Sounds right.
This is a long time coming. And I will say, for all those folks that, you hear sometimes like, oh, I wish we did smaller, watch it kind of movies. This is a smaller watch it movie if there ever was one, and it has the funniest death we'll talk about for quite some time, I feel. So until next week when we talk about Safe House from 1998, by the way. A lot of Safe Houses out there. 1998. Until next week with that Safe House motion picture, I've been Andrew Jupin.
Steven Zadak.
Eric Siska, 1998.
And Chris Cabin.
Take it easy.